Good evening and welcome to the Gulf Coast Sports Network. We're coming to you live tonight from Massaukee, Spring Hill, Florida for a major matchup between two very talented programs. The Sunlake Seahawks make the journey to Hernando County with new head coach John Gilmore and his squad that's ready to battle it out and take the fight to the Eagles. On the home sideline are the Springstead Eagles, who are off to a dominant 3-0 start to this season, led by head coach Michael Garofano. I'm Will Wilkie, and I'll be your guide for the pregame show tonight. Be sure to stick with us at halftime as well as we broadcast our senior spotlight interviews for tonight's game. Tonight we feature Jackson Filipenko from Sunlake and Craig Corbett from Springstead. Don't be surprised to hear these two names a lot on the call tonight, as they're both key factors in their team's success this season. During our senior spotlight, we get to know a little bit more about these two fine athletes. And again, that'll be coming up at halftime tonight. We'll also check in with the McMurdo Family Vision Regional Scoreboard throughout the game, as well as at halftime before returning to action in the second half. As you all know, we had a delayed start this evening due to weather in the area, and it does continue, as you can likely see on your camera here this evening. It's certainly a rainy evening, but the more severe weather is staying away from us, so we're hoping to get this ball game started in about 12 minutes or so, as now the new scheduled kickoff time. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. We'll come back with our coaches' keys to tonight's game right after this. You're watching the Gulf Coast Sports Network.
I was fortunate enough to be able to work with Divinity on a custom skincare regimen the year leading up to my wedding. It included a series of in-office treatments, microneedling, PRP, hydrofacials, and an at-home skincare regimen. So I had no worries the day of my wedding. My skin was perfect.
Again, thank you for joining us here tonight on the Gulf Coast Sports Network. We are a registered nonprofit media company, and we provide all of our content free to the community as part of our mission. Please consider subscribing to our channel. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at GCSN Broadcast. It does help us out a lot, and it helps bring these wonderful athletes and coaches to a wider audience. We certainly have an incredible matchup here tonight. Both Coach Gilmore and Coach Garofano were kind enough to sit down with the Gulf Coast Sports Network and review their keys to tonight's game.
We have a tough opponent in Springstead tonight. They do everything pretty well. I mean, they're outscoring opponents 123 points to 7. I mean, you do the math on that. That just tells you there's a tall order in front of you. So our guys are pretty fired up by it. They're fired up by the challenge. Obviously, we're coming off a tough loss to Palm Harbor. You know, on defense, they're very disciplined. They're physical. You know, they have skilled guys at the linebacker position, outside and inside, that they'll chase the ball. They rally to the ball. They dare you to do certain things. And they do everything right. Their safeties come downhill fast. They close the gap. They play well on the outside. So we have our hands full on the offensive side of the ball. And, you know, their offense, they're tough to deal with. They do it all. They're a spread offense. They run power. They spit it out. You know, you don't see too many balanced offenses like you see Springstead in high school. You know, there's no keys. They're not saying, hey, we can't say, hey, we're going to stop the run this week and see success. Our defense has to be extremely disciplined tonight in what we're seeing, because these kids do it all, and you can tell they're well coached. Their coach has been around the block a few times and back again, and he does everything really well. So, you know, we have our work cut out for us.
Sunlake game tonight is a huge district game. It's our first district game. Sunlake was in our district a couple years ago. It was always a battle back and forth. I think we got the better of them for the most part when they were in our district. This year they have a brand new coach. He's brought in a lot of new players. From what I hear, a lot of Land O'Lakes team is over at Sunlake now, and I've seen them in 7-on-7 leagues this summer, and they're pretty athletic. They're going to be a challenge. He's a pretty motivated, pretty loud and boisterous coach, and they'll be ready to play for sure. It's going to be a challenge. Offensively, they're going to try and spread us out and try and exploit us that way. And then defensively, they're going to get after us. So we're going to have to, sustain blocks, move the ball, move the chains, and hopefully, Aiden makes the right reads and puts the ball in the right guy's hands. And that's what we're asking him to do offensively is just, all right, make the right reads. Whether you're throwing, whether we're running the ball, because there's going to be RPOs, there's going to be reads on the run game. He's going to have to make the right reads in the passing game. And basically we put the ball in his hands and let's go. So I'm excited. I'm excited about getting him on the schedule again. It was a pretty good rivalry a few years ago, and it's always a good challenge because they're kind of a team like us. They're scrappy. They're pretty talented, not like Miami Central, talent-wise, but good talent, good mix of talent and toughness. And I'm ready for a knockdown, drag-out game.
Some great insight by both head coaches who have a great passion for the game and their players. We'd like to thank them both for their time that they provided to us by giving us their keys to the game tonight. We'll take our last pregame break and then send it over to Derek and Dave in the booth when we return. Don't go anywhere. You're watching high school football on the Gulf Coast Sports Network.
Certainly I'm an avid golfer, been, golf usually weekly, play a lot with my wife.
With the repetitive motion, as you know, with a lot of golfers, it's an unnatural motion that you put your body through.
After suffering for years with shoulder pain, Mike chose stem cell therapy as an alternative to surgery.
I'm just excited because patients that have been in pain for years that are now doing the things that they want to do. And Mike's just going to be adding to that list.
Call Aligned Integrative Medicine for exam and x-rays to see if you qualify for stem cell treatment.
My name is Tom Roselli. I served in the U.S. Navy 65 to 69. Through all the turmoil and stress battling with the VA, I've come to learn that certain organizations have their hands tied and can only proceed so far, whereas Attorney Chris Chambers has the experience and the ability to dig into the files and get the results that got me my 100%. Tremendous job in helping veterans.
So again, we'd like to thank Coach Gilmore and Coach Garofano for meeting with us to discuss their keys to the game. So let's get things going. Let's send it up to the booth for Derek and Dave for Sunlake and Springstead. Take it away, boys.
Thanks, Will. We are back, the Eagles' Nest here at Springstead High School, to see these two high-powered offenses battle it out on the gridiron.
That's right, Derek. We saw firsthand last week just how talented the Springstead offense has become. Aiden Ferguson is a special player. He can score with his feet. He can score with his arm. He's every coach's dream under center. While number 4, Connor Macasio, has proven to be the explosive back that Coach Garofano had hoped for.
Yeah, Sunlake has a pretty powerful offense as well, and Coach Gilmore likes to take the ball to the air, already tossing 72 passes in this young season. Junior quarterback Kyle Horvath has nearly 500 yards and completed nearly 60% of his pass attempts.
Well, the other side of the ball will be very interesting tonight. Springstead has dominated on defense and proven time and time again they can stop the run. But the Seahawks bring a whole different approach to their air attack offense, forcing Springstead's secondary to be on their toes all night. My man Madden will be a very busy man again, so look for number 5.
Yeah, Springstead has 10 sacks and 34 tackles for a loss, only giving up 7 points all season.
Well, Spring Lake's defense is going to have their hands full as well, with these two high-powered offenses going to be the team with the don't-break defense that will get the win. But if it turns into a shootout, it's anyone's guess on how this ends.
Yeah, and this is a big game for the standings in their district as well. Both Springstead and Atlanta Lakes are coming into tonight 3-0. Win by Springstead will ensure that they stay atop the standings. Sunlake's coming in 1-2 on the year and really looking to put one in the W column.
Yeah, they want to keep their playoff hopes alive, and as you can tell, the field is wet tonight. I don't know how much of a factor it's going to be. We were just watching them warm up, and Sunlake did not drop a single pass in the warm-ups.
Yeah, and Horvath was really spinning the wall while it was coming out of his hands nice and hot. And like you said, they didn't drop any of them out there. So, it is a little wet out there. It is still raining, as you will be able to see throughout the game. I expect it to pretty much stay like this for the majority of this ball game at least. So
yeah, Derek, the duration of this game should be wet and soggy. And we saw Springstead warming up, kicking punts, catching punts. So I don't think the coaches are going to veer from their original game plan very much at all. And we've already spoken about how much Sunlake likes to put in the air and how balanced of an offense Springstead is. So I'm excited to see the original game plan play out.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think really they're going to veer too far away from what they had initially come into this game trying to do. I mean, both teams at this point, 3 games in, kind of know who they are, know their identity, and I'm excited to get this one going. I'm excited to see the air attack from Sun Lake. Read about it, seen it. I'd like to see it firsthand now.
Well, and Springstead's defense has played lights out. Coach Gilmore already told us 123-7. So we know this defense is pretty awesome, but they haven't been tested in the secondary. And they got a freshman playing, and that freshman is super talented, and that's Chris Kresser, number 10. They call him CJ. He's a speedster. He plays on both sides of the ball, and he was lights out last week. Had some big knockdown passes in the Nature Coast game, and he's going to get a lot more tests tonight. And not just him, but the other corners and my man Madden. We've talked about that young man. He gives great pressure, but he can also help out in the secondary. So I'm excited to see how this plays out. Is it the passing game of Sun Lake that wins, or is it the secondary that steps up, or maybe the quarterback doesn't have time to throw the ball? But I do know Sun Lake has some pretty strong offensive linemen as well. So this could be a match that we're excited to see.
Yeah, I know I'm excited to see it. That's for sure. Well, we are just about ready to get the national anthem here, see the teams run out, coin toss, and we're going to be getting this thing underway. I'd probably say within about the next 10 minutes or so, we're going to have total leather.
That's what we're ready for. And we'll bring that national anthem live.
That we will.
Bill, I need you on sprints. I need you on summer. And now, please rise and direct your attention to the flag of the United States, just behind the Springstead scoreboard, as we honor America. I've got Springstead with John's camera. We ask all men, please remove their caps. I need you on Sunlake. In respect.
Always great to get the national anthem on before the coin flip here. Derek, what do you think? You think they're going to want the ball early, or do you want to think they're going to try to take it in the second half when it could be even soggier conditions?
Well, I mean, it's going to depend on who wins it, really. I would imagine if Sunlake wins it, they're probably going to try to put up points early, being the away team here. But you never know. I mean, there's so many ways to go about it. But you talking about my man Madden here. I mean, I think he's really going to play a key role in this game. If he can get into the backfield and disrupt the passing game that way for Springstead's defense, it's really going to make impacts in the backfield. But if he has to drop back in coverage, we've seen him be able to do that very well too. So, I'm sure Coach Garofano and these the coordinators over on the Eagles side have been with him probably more than maybe anybody on their defensive side, trying to see what he's going to be able to do.
Yeah, I would anticipate Sunlake hoping that Madden's in coverage, because if he's in coverage, he's not sacking the quarterback and he's not doing the hurry. Looks like Springstead won the toss and deferred to the second half, and you're right, Sunlake is going to take the ball and try their best to score on this stingy defense of the Springstead Eagles. And now, Sunlake looks excited. They're jumping around. Their coaches are jumping around. They're excited. Playing in the rain myself is a different kind of feeling, and
gives you a little life, maybe. It kind of gets you out of the norm.
It's unique. That's exactly it. Let's play some football, and here come the strobe lights. That's going to get the crowd jacked up.
Yeah, decent crowd here for how wet it is, too. At least on the home side.
All right, ready for the kickoff? All right. Now, if it's wet, an onside kick takes a little extra bounce, a little harder to field. Something you want to think about.
A little sneak attack, maybe.
Well, back deep is going to be the speedsters for the Sunlake. It looks like number 12.
Yeah. Well, number 12 is their quarterback.
Yeah.
Kyle Horvath. I don't think he's back there.
Maybe it's 2?
2. Caden Johnson. That would make sense.
Yeah, he's a wide receiver. Okay, that is number 2.
Definitely number 2 back there, and having a hard time seeing the number of the
I want to say that's
on the far side.
Number 9, Colin Murphy. But we're going to find out if they're kicking it deep or if they're going to go with the onside. There's only 2 guys on the right side of the line. I would onside that all day. We got 6 guys on our side. 6 on 2. You like that odds? Let's see what they do. A little pooch, make them field a dirty ball. Oh boy.
Springstead bounce, picked up, and immediately tackled the 15-yard line was number 2, Caden Johnson. So Sunlake's offense will take the ball from their own 15, 16-yard line. 1st and 10, Sunlake. This is our first chance to see them this season.
And the aerial attack. I can't wait.
Yeah, we already mentioned junior Kyle Horvath, starting quarterback. We got Caden Johnson, single man down low, 3 receivers up high, back right next to Horvath. In the shotgun, steps back, blocked at the line of scrimmage. Great defense there.
Batted down at the line of scrimmage.
Looks like that was number 2, Roman Stratt.
That's gonna create extra life in your defense when they can get in there and knock that first pass down. Kyle did have some time though in the pocket, which is which is what he wants. He made his read, just got the ball knocked down.
Yeah, good job getting into the passing lane there by Strat.
You got the freshman on single coverage over here with number 2, Caden Johnson, the return man, earlier in tonight's kickoff return.
Yeah, CJ Kresser manned up. Tight end in motion. Handoff, and instantly Matt in the backfield. That was number 5, Jackson Lepiski.
And that was my man Madden, number 5 for the Eagles on the tackle for loss. Going to add to that stat. That'll be number 35 on the season for Springstead.
Living in the backfield is that linebacker this season. So now we have 3rd and 13 for Sunlake.
It's a new formation.
Yeah, two high, 2 low receivers. Running back to the right. Horvath in motion. He steps back, looks, comes left, and nearly caught Tyler Smith, his target, kind of off his fingertips there. And
that was a good effort by number 11, Tyler Smith, to get his hands on that ball. Good play design.
Yeah.
Didn't work. So now they're forced with a deep punt in their own territory.
And 2 return men here. We have number 1, Luca Gargalo.
And 12, Tyree Davis, the talented sophomore.
And punt is away.
Ooh,
nice
close.
High punt. Nearly blocked. And they're going to let that bounce. It takes a Sunlake bounce. It looks like it'll come to rest at about the 33-yard line of Springstead. So field position game, Springstead starts at their own 33.
That was a 14-yard bounce for the Sunlake.
Yeah, he did nearly get that
Seahawks.
blocked.
Well,
Got
they blocked
really
one
nice
last
height.
week.
Yes, they did.
And they had 2 guys there. Just on that first opportunity. So that's something that Coach Giafano's going to have to pay attention to, and maybe they get another one. Maybe they don't. We'll find out.
Oh, 1st and 10 Eagles. After deferring the kickoff, they get the ball.
Well, we've talked about their balanced attack of run, throw. Quarterback Ferguson does have to do a lot of reading on offense, whether he wants to hand the ball to Connor McCausey or keep it himself. Let's see what he does.
And they hand off. There is a flag on the play, however. He does find some daylight, gets a good block, out of bounds just past midfield. That was number 4, Connor Macasio. Flag in the backfield. Generally a holding area, but let's see what they come up with.
Yeah, it could be holding. It could be not enough guys on line of scrimmage. But it is going to back up the Eagles on a very good first play of their offensive drive.
Positive yards. He got about 15 yards on that run. Negated. That'll bring up 1st and 15. Back deep on their 27-yard line. Hustle to the line. Under center is Ferguson. 2 backs behind him. And he does hand off again, Macasio, and he is met instantly. Maybe got a yard. So it'll be 2nd and 2. Oh, I'm sorry. That was on the tackle. Braden Larson, number 7. And Colin Murphy.
All right, we got 2nd and 14 ready to go. Excited to see if Coach is going to put the ball in the air here.
Out of the shotgun is Ferguson. He gets it.
Oh,
and
another early whistle.
Instantly called dead. That looks like an offsides.
A little false start. They saw some movement pre-snap. He's going to back him up again. Now, Coach Giafano is really big about not having these penalties that you can control. You know, you can control if you're jumping off sides. You just have to stay focused. So he's not real pleased with that effort.
That's going to bring up a 2nd and 19. Moving in the wrong direction are these Eagles, their first drive of the ball game. Have 2 receivers low, none up high. Back next to Ferguson. He does get it and met instantly in the backfield. Looked like number 44 by Sunlake. Zachary Phillips. 43. 34, Brent Clements.
Yeah. Well, what Sunlake is doing is they're moving. They have a 3-man front, a 4-man front, and a 5-man front, which is likely confusing the Eagles' offensive line. But now we got a 3-man front, and they are expecting a quick pass, a screen, and they have a lot of people in a lot of areas.
Out of the shotgun, hands off again. Good hole this time, however, not much after that. Second level of Sunlake really stepped up there. So that was Macasio again, and just a group of Seahawks led by Cale Tarver, defensive end junior. So this is fourth and 14.
Should get a punt here. And their wide receiver likes to punt the ball.
We have Caden Johnson back.
Caudell Gilbert, yeah, the punter.
And it is a high punt, end over end, takes an Eagles bounce, finally rolls out at about the 41-yard line.
Hey, John, when you walk, you can't have the lens aimed upwards or it's going to get wet.
Yeah, Coach Garofano does like to kick out of bounds. We've noticed that as a tendency. And if you kick it out of bounds, they can't return it. So, not a terrible idea.
Sound logic, I'll buy it. Oh, 1st and 10 from the 40, Sunlake, their second drive of this ball game. Three wide receivers up high, one down low, back right next to Horvath. Steps back, looking to throw, and it does throw, gets knocked down. Number 40 from Springstead, Clint Huggins, right there to knock it down. So great pursuit, great pressure, and really good coverage by the Eagles secondary. He did not have a lot of places to go with that ball.
Yeah, Clint is one of the leading sackers on the defense as well. He's about 5 on this season.
And running play this time, looks like that was number 5, Jackson Lipitsky. And he got a couple of positive yards. That'll bring up 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, that was tripped up by Craig Corbett, number 34. He's going to be our senior spotlight later this afternoon at halftime, tripping the ball carrier.
Big 3rd down here for Sunlake early in this ball game. Go with 1 wide receiver low, 3 up high, out of the shotgun. And
screen. Fakes
the handoff, screen pass.
Oh,
makes one miss, ball loose on the ground, picked up by Sunlake. That's going to result in a 1st down for them. So they recover it at the Eagle 54. We're going to take a look at that on the recovery room instant replay.
He's got a lineman out front. Oh, nice job. That's my man Madden coming in with the hit stick, forcing
Punching
that
the
ball
ball
out. Yeah. But a good heads-up play by number 2, Caden Johnson, for the Seahawks to be in the right place at the right time. 1st down.
Stepping back, surveying the field, throws a little high. Intended target, Tyler Montague. And
yeah, that was Dalton Williams, number 27, on this.
Let's take a look at this again. Over the middle.
Yeah, he comes in. He thinks he's going to catch this ball, and he's going to tackle him. And, that's the defensive job, to tackle him. But
hard hit. He's going to think twice about going over the middle again. You would have to imagine.
Well, he's down right now. He's going to need a minute to get his air back, I believe.
Well, we are taking a little moment here. I want to remind everybody to check out Morningshire Market on Etsy. This locally owned small business makes customized keepsakes and gifts with your athlete in mind, including football specific items. Use promo code GCSN2022 for 15% off of your order.
Yeah, they make necklaces out of baseballs and footballs, like real footballs, real baseballs, and they're very unique. Highly recommend them. Hopefully the young man's okay. He did take quite the stick on that play. This defense likes to hit, and they like to hit hard. They like to hit often. Wasn't a dirty play, but that's a tough hit to see.
Be sure to check out the recovery room located 3201 Premier Drive in Brooksville. Check them out online, recoveryroomsportsclinic.com. Use the promo code REPLAY2020 and you'll get your first cryotherapy session for just $25.
That's a great price.
Yeah, great price. We want to really appreciate the recovery room, Morningshire Market, McMurdo Family Eye Care, and all of our community partners willing to help us bring you these games and highlight all of these student athletes.
Yeah, he's been down for a minute. We hope he's okay. Sometimes this gives the coaches these long huddles, these injuries, gives the coaches a few minutes just to get their guys ready to go. And especially whoever has to replace him has to be caught up and ready to go. I see his teammates are walking over just to say, hey man, hope you feel better. Get back in when you can. That's number 14, Tyler Mondago, who's hopefully going to be okay here soon. He's got the athletic trainers on his side right now, so.
That'll bring up a 2nd and 10 from the Eagle 46. This is the first time either team has moved across the half. 6:50 left in this ball game. Nothing's our score.
Looks like Sunlake wants to come out in their spread look. They went to that on 3rd down earlier in the game, and that's you usually get a combination route on one side. I noticed the last route they threw it to Tyler Smith, and he basically started on the far side and came to the near side, and that ball was just outside his reach.
Just outside of his reach.
But he is their leading receiver, and they might target him again. But yeah, these delays can either help you or hurt you. Sometimes you start getting in a groove. It's kind of like basketball when you go on some momentum runs and they call the timeout just to stop it. But it is going to be 2nd down once these guys resume play.
We're a little into this ball game now. Both coaches, both teams really have had an opportunity to see what the other team's trying to do. So kind of a mini break here in the middle of the first quarter. Maybe make an adjustment here or an adjustment there. So we'll see who makes the adjustments soonest and the best ones.
All right. Looks like.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Navy SEAL veteran and endurance athlete Don Mann pushed his body to the limit and tried regenerative medicine when all other options failed.
It's unbelievable. I just assumed I was going to be in pain forever. And I've been in pain since the 80s. Now I'm running and riding a bicycle faster than I have in 7 years. Even my vision is better. I'm 100% pain-free right now. And I don't take any medications.
Call Aligned Integrative Medicine for exam and x-rays to see if you qualify for regenerative treatment.
Welcome back, sports fans. Alongside Dave Barrett, I'm Derek Smith. Happy to bring you the call this Friday. Sunlake at Springstead. Nothing's our score. 6:50 left in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, this game was delayed considerably from rain. and lightning, really, mostly, not rain, as it is still raining on the field. Sunlake, 2nd down and 10 from the Springstead 46, second drive of the ball game. Horvath gets it, steps back, under pressure, gets out of it, and pulls it down, goes on a run, and gets the edge and the first down. Heads up run there for the quarterback, Horvath.
Yeah, he drops back. Check out the instant replay. He drops back, and the whole side of that sideline was gone and wide open. He pulled it down and got the first down. Good heads-up play by Kyle Horvath.
So able to move the chains, keep this drive moving. So 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line of the Eagles. We have 2 wide receivers up high, 1 back behind him, and he does get it. Tripped up in the backfield, number 34 of the Eagles.
That's Craig Corbett, our senior spotlight, coming in again, and he tackles really low. You can saw he's right there at the ankles, and very effective. And now it's second and 11, maybe 10. No gain. We'll call it
no gain. Back to the line of scrimmage. That was Lipitsky on that run. It's pretty much been their feature back this ball game. Horvath from the shotgun again. Primarily, that's been where he's lined up. And catches the blitz nicely. It looks like that. Nearly picked on the outside there.
That was great hustle by number 6 for the Springstead.
Let's take a look at this again. Recovery room instant replay.
Oh, beautiful.
Saw that early, nearly got it picked.
You know, Joshua Nina, number 10 for Sunlake, looked like he actually turns into a defender there and knocks it out as the last second once he realized it was being intercepted. But it's 3rd and 10.
So they got them spread out here. We got 2 high, 2 low. Out of the shotgun. 3rd and 10. Stepping back. Getting flushed a little bit. Steps up. And he's going to try to take it himself. And finally brought down number 80, Michael Rizzuto.
You check this out on the instant recovery room replay. He's looking. He sees nothing. He steps up. He's going to break it towards this sideline. And number 10, the freshman Chris Kresser, sets the edge and helps his teammates take it for the tackle. And now the 4th and short. 4th and 2?
Yeah, it looks like right at 2 yards. A long 2, but 2 yards.
They bring it on the kicker.
And they're going to try a field goal. Be about a 40-yard field goal. And it's up, and it is just wide.
Right,
wide right. Number 3, Will Fotopoulos, the junior kicker for Sunlake, not able to quite get it there. So this will bring out the Eagles offense for their second drive. Sunlake showed a little life in that drive, able to move the chains a few times, get over pretty deep into the Eagles side of the field, but unfortunately no points to show for it. Nothing's our score. 4:26 left. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Eagles.
Well, Springstead had a great first play last time, and they had some penalties. So let's see if they can clean this up and march the ball down.
Out of the shotgun.
Another pre-snap whistle.
Stopped instantly. Yeah, false start on the offense again. Another one of those unforced errors, Dave.
Yeah, that's only making them closer to their own end zone. But it looked like they might have thrown that ball because he brought it up by his ear once he had it.
So they do like that option, as you talked about before, and Aiden Ferguson, the quarterback, does a really nice job running it too.
Yeah, he has some wheels, and Connor Macasio has some wheels as well.
So he does give it to the running back, and he is met instantly. Looks like number 9, Colin Murphy, linebacker there, met him in the backfield, so that'll push him back another 4 or 5 yards. So second down and 14, 13?
Yeah, Murphy got in there.
19, second and 19.
Yeah, Murphy got in there pretty quick, and he tackled Connor up with both arms and wrapped him up pretty quick.
We've got 2 wide receivers up high, and gives it to Connor again, and he is brought down really at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard gain, if that. It'll bring up 3rd and 18.
Number 3, PJ Class is their big back. He's the guy who goes in and gets those hard yards. Now, it's not anywhere near 3rd and short, but they may need to see him a little earlier on downs, see if he can help move the sticks. He runs about 6 yards a carry. But it's 3rd and a while, and when you're in those situations, that gives the defense some cushion. All right, keep it in front of you. Don't bite on anything. Watch for screens.
Steps back, throws screen intended for number 10, CJ Kresser, out there playing both sides of the ball.
Well, this is going to be another punting situation here, and you got to believe that Sunlake's going to come in and go for the block just because a block is a touchdown.
Right. So they've done it. Sunlake's defense has done a really nice job keeping the Springstead offense in check this ball game. A couple of unforced errors by Springstead pushed them back a little bit, but they are able to snuff out that run.
Well, Coach
very
Garfano
quickly.
said it was going to be a dogfight, and he was right so far.
End over end punt. It will not even make it to midfield. It'll go out at the 35. So Sunlake's going to get the ball back by pretty much right where they had it when they had to end that last drive.
It did go out of bounds.
Not surprised. Not surprised.
But the Eagles defense has played relatively well, as we knew was possible. If you notice, we got Tyler Smith and Caden Johnson, 2 speedsters on the same side. They've been doing that pretty much the whole game.
And handoff, number 5, Jackson Lepiski, gets some really nice positive yards. It looks like he got about 7 yards there. It'll bring up 2nd and 3. Let's take a look at the recovery room instant replay
yeah, there's
on
going to
that.
be some motion by the up back, and he's going to throw a good first lead block and give him out there. Almost sprung him free. 2nd and short.
So we got 2 wide receivers high and low. One back behind him.
Quarterback.
Pulls it in and takes it himself. He's got enough for the first. He gets about 8 or 9 yards on that run. It's it all the way down to the 15-yard line, and that will move the chains again. Looks like a designed run here.
Yeah, as soon as he fakes it here, he puts his foot and gets north and south right now, splits the defenders, and just kind of, wet field. He just go to fall forward, get more than the first, and now they're inside the red zone at the 20-yard line.
1st and 10, Sunlake on the Eagles 20, knocking on the door here. Got single man coverage down low. Number 2, Caden Johnson for Sunlake. And slips out of his hands. The ball is loose. And
it's still loose.
Still loose. Looks like it did maybe get recovered. I think that's Lepiski on the bottom of that pile.
So this was a designed screen to the wide receiver or the tight end. And as he went to look to throw, he decided he was going to switch his receivers and throw it to the tight end, and that's when the ball fell out of his hand. Looks like they may have recovered that, though, because the quarterback's staying on the field. But it does take them out of the red zone, and it is going to be 18-yard loss.
Yeah, at least that. So we are at 2nd and 30. 1:15 left in this first quarter. 0-0 score. Horvath under pressure, blitzed and chased and nearly picked off, then nearly caught.
Yeah, that was tipped by CJ.
Yeah.
Once again, Chris Kresser, the talented freshman, tipped that ball at the last second. But look, he's ready to run for it, but he sees a receiver, squares his shoulders, tosses it up, and tipped at the last moment.
Yeah, he was trying to get it to Caden Johnson, who's pretty much exclusively lined up over here against CJ Kresser.
This has been a great battle in the first quarter here. We're seeing both offenses move. Both defensive has success.
We got 3rd and 30.
They like their screens.
And under pressure again, knocked down. My man Madden all over that play.
That was a screen to Tyler Smith, and if he catches that ball, he had blockers. He had the middle spread out. That would have been a big gain had Madden not knocked that ball down. So now we got a 4th and a while. Now I think that's the punter, not the kicker.
Yeah, he does both things for this Sunlake special teams, but he does look like he is in a punting formation. We got 2 men back deep for Springstead, lined up at about the 10-yard line. Punting from midfield. Nice high punt. Returnable if they'd like to. They decide not to, and that ball will eventually be downed inside of the 5.
Inside the 5, and we have seen the Eagles' offense go backwards due to penalties and some stout play by the Sunlake defense. So Sunlake's defense has to be pretty stoked right now to have a chance to get the first points on the board with their defense. So let's see if the Eagles can get Connor McCasio going or Aiden Ferguson moving, because they don't have a lot of room behind them. So they got that 3-man front that we talked about earlier. They're going to bring up the outside backers. Ooh, in the corner. So they're bringing some heat.
Under center is Ferguson. Takes it himself.
The
pitch is out wide, and there's a flag, but he did get enough for a first. I have to imagine that was Macasio running with him that he pitched it to. I could not see from this far away the number.
Yeah, I thought Aiden was going to take it, and as he looked, he knew he had a couple guys coming, and he chopped his feet, gave a good pitch. I'm eager to see if there was a hold or if there was a face mask.
I'm not sure what it was, but it does look like it's going against the Eagles. So this will move it to a first and 12.
Well, that's interesting.
Have a 1st and 8 now. Yeah, the penalty happened after the line of scrimmage. So it appears as though that's the result.
I think the referees want to make sure they got it right. They're getting some clarification. That's a good crew out there huddling together to make sure that the ball's where it needs to be, but it'll be 1st and 8, like you said.
And inside handoff, not much going on there. Tackled by a bunch of Seahawks, led by 23 Roger Jones, the junior. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back after this.
Play football, you develop this mentality that you can withstand anything. You're Mr. Tough Guy. So years I had been battling. I was just excited to finally meet someone who knew what I was going through, who saw my pain, to think that in a matter of one treatment, and it got better and better as I began to get treatments throughout the month. You know, why would you deal with this pain for another day?
Welcome back, sports fans. Going into the second quarter of this scoreless game here on Friday night. We appreciate you joining us. Nothing game. 2nd and 7 from the 7-yard line. Eagles trying to just get something going on offense. They have been able to break a couple of them, but penalties have really hurt them so far this game.
Yeah, Ferguson's going to be under center, which we haven't seen him do a whole lot of, but...
2 backs behind him.
Oh, boy.
Hands off to Connor, and he gets a great run off the corner. Makes a few miss, finally gets out of bounds. That was about a 14, 15-yard run. Let's take a look at it again.
Yeah, he just outrunning the defenders right there. Good block by the wide receiver as he steps out of bounds as he was looking for a cutback lane, and he had a cutback lane.
Yeah, Jonathan.
Drier conditions, he probably makes that cut.
So 1st and 10 from their 25 now. Got themselves a little bit of breathing room.
Yeah.
Being stuck deep in their end zone. Under center again. Hands off. Inside this time. Makes one miss. Makes another miss. That's again Macasio.
Now, Coach Garfano has something working for him here. Like, this formation is giving the Sunlake defense some problems. So I don't see them coming out of this. You got to stop it before we change it. And that's 2 big first downs.
Back to back.
And have some momentum moving the ball.
Those are their first 2 first downs of this ball game. Springstead happened to be out of that first quarter. Second one started, and that offense came to life. 1st and 10 from the 40. Ferguson again under center. In motion.
Quick dive.
Yeah.
Oh, he's busting out to the
Gets
sideline.
the corner. Turns on the Jets. Makes one miss. And finally pushed out of bounds. Number 21, Alex Xavier Harrison, the junior.
That's a touchdown save and push out of bounds. You can see Connor has the with-itness to get outside the last man and just take the sideline to the end zone. Or in this case, the 16-yard line.
But they are really moving the ball.
That's 3 plays in a row where they've had some opportunity.
You know, they found something on the inside of that line that they've been able to take advantage of on this drive. So 1st and 10, 2 wide receivers down low. Ferguson under center. And handing off again, but met instantly number 15, Cale Tarver.
Yeah, Sunlake brought an extra defender up on the line of scrimmage, which was messing with the Eagles' blocking assignments in the first quarter. And, it just gives another guy another opportunity to get to the ball carrier. We'll bring up 2nd and in the long 9.
Wide receivers go up high this time. Staying under center is Ferguson.
Yeah, Sunlake has 9 guys in the box, so they may check out of this play.
No, they go with the run again. Runs into his own man. Does Macasio this time. Tried to make a cut.
Yeah, that was an inside run that Ferguson switched to an outside off tackle as he looked over to his coach. But it'll still be 3rd and 5.
Positive yards, both of these first downs. Nothing like the 30-yard run we saw just previously, but still able to move the chains. Sunlake defense bending but not breaking just yet. Oh, they're looking to keep these chains moving, trying to get into the end zone, be the first one to put points up. And handing off again. Does he get the corner? He does, but he is met instantly
We got a flag down at the line of scrimmage, and he's signaling
Finally
towards
brought
the
down
offense.
number 20, Pacini. Ryan Price also there.
Looks like there's going to be another penalty. Holding.
On the Eagles. Push them back a little bit.
Still going to be third down here.
3rd and 13 it looks.
Ball placed on the 21, brings up 3rd and 15 for the Eagles.
All right. Good chance to see the mighty arm of Ferguson here.
Yeah, lining up in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers high, 1 down low. Does pull it down, throws, nobody home, under pressure.
That was just a quick screen.
Number 9, Colin Murphy, in his face. Not allowing him to feel comfortable there, just had to throw it away.
Looks like they might go for a field goal here of their own.
Both teams trading punches, not able to knock one in quite yet. But it looks like they are going to line up for a field goal.
Trying to be the first team to strike first on the scoreboard.
And kick is up. Plenty of leg.
That's good.
That is good.
That's good.
Nicely done. Number 28. Let's take a look at this field goal again.
Now,
in the rain.
Now he's perfect on the season, and he's absolutely a kicker. He's got a soccer background, and that was good for about another 4 yards, I believe.
Yeah, I'll give him 5. Another 5 yards, and that's in. And
in
Eagles,
drier conditions, he's probably got it by 10, but
Eagles on the board first. 3-0's your score. You got 8:59 left.
VFW, I went through the American
in this first half. Be sure to stick with us at halftime for our senior spotlight.
I got in touch with Chris. And
players
he got
Jackson
right to work on
Filipenko and Craig Corbett.
I'd say within a year.
And we'll bring you all the scores from around the region with the McMurdo Family Vision Regional Scoreboard.
Well, we got a little bit of momentum. 3 points on the board. You know, first score of the game. He's going to let it bounce. Oh.
And that ball's out of bounds. So that's going to be a penalty on the Eagles for kicking the kickoff out of bounds. And Sunlake will get really decent field position again.
I believe they go to the 35 here.
I believe you're right, and they will. Middle of the field, 35-yard line. So really good field position Sunlake has had pretty much to start most of their drives tonight. They were seeing some success their last drive. They were able to move the chains a few times and got down, but not able to get any points as a result. Missed field goal ended the last drive. So out of the shotgun, called dead instantly.
Yeah, sophomore Aiden Wan sneaking in there. Driving him in nice and low.
Don't worry about it. We'll deal with it at halftime.
Clint Huggins was needed a little equipment help, so Aiden Wan stepped in and helped out the team real quick for one play.
Oh, kind of muffed the snap, and instantly, Lepiski,
Craig Corbett.
Yeah, Craig Corbett, we're going to highlight in our senior spotlight during halftime. Hopped in there, got Lepiski behind the line of scrimmage for a 2-yard loss, so bring up 2nd and 12.
Yeah, the snap actually hit the turf before quarterback was able to grab it, and the Eagles defense quickly in the backfield. 2nd and 12?
2nd and 12, out of the shotgun still is Horvath. Running back right next to him, steps back, surveys the field.
Oh,
Definitely wanted to
Corbett.
throw under a tremendous amount of pressure. It's like number 34 from Springstead, Craig Corbett again.
Yeah, he blitzed right off the line. You could see it right before the ball was snapped. He timed it perfectly, and I'm excited to see what this flag is. I don't know if it was intentional grounding or holding, but my guess is it's going to be on the Sunlake.
It is on Sunlake. I saw Coach Garofano saying, "Yeah, push him back, push him back." So they're going to accept it. Holding on Sunlake. So this will bring up a 2nd and 17 event for them. So much for that nice field position they were able to start this drive off with. They've moved back.
We've seen both defenses capitalize and push back these second and forevers, these 3rd and longs.
It's funny, too, because we came into this ballgame talking about offense,
Yeah,
and it's been an absolute defensive battle so far, which I'm here for. I think this has been a great ballgame. We hope you guys are enjoying it at home. If you are, give us a like, comment, subscribe. Flushed out of the pocket yet again. Flag on the field, and it is thrown right to number 1, Gargulo.
Hey, I bet Garofano does not accept this penalty because it's going to be blocking in the back right in front of the referee. So this play should stand, and it should be great field position for the Eagles.
It's okay, nothing you can do about it. I saw it. It's okay.
Waiting for the official. And the decline is happening, so it'll be first down. Both
2 penalties. Two penalties, all of them denied. Eagle ball.
All right, so
1st and 10 from the 21-yard line of Sunlake.
Just outside the red zone here.
They haven't taken really any shots at all down the field. Is this a point in the game where you just take a shot into the end zone, see if you can kind of catch the secondary sleep and everybody fill in the box?
Yeah, because their passing attack has been real short. But my guess is they're going to bring in the big boy PJ Class and see if he can get some 6 yards right up the middle. Oh, they're going in the gun again. But PJ is in the game.
Yeah, it'll end up right next to him. And direct snap, Ferguson, quarterback keeper, he got a couple on it. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7, 2nd down and 8.
Well, the idea...
That was Cale Tarver on the stop, defensive end for the Seahawks.
Yeah, the idea here is to eat up some clock and get some more points on the board if you're the Eagles, while the defense here is trying to keep them out any way possible.
2 wide receivers high, low snap. Ferguson under pressure, instantly brought down, number 33, Grayson Gilmore, sophomore.
Yeah, Gilmore was in really quick, and Ferguson did a pretty nice job of picking that ball off the ground because a turnover here ruins all momentum. But it is 3rd and long. We know they got a good kicker, but I'm sure Coach Garofano would prefer some touchdowns. Take advantage of some of that field position that their defense was able to create.
Looks like we got a 3rd and about 14.
Got a lot of guys inside that box.
We got Macazio back in the backfield. He does get it. Shakes one defender and finally pushed out of bounds.
When you commit that many men to the line of scrimmage on defense and they don't get to the running back, he has room to run. Check him out. He goes right up the middle. Great block by the offensive lineman, and he is off, spins out like you mentioned, and gets as much as he can before he runs out a sideline. But it is going to be a 1st down for the Eagles. 1st and goal.
Looks like we're taking an official timeout here, so we'll take a commercial break. We will not take a commercial break. We're going to take a look at the McMurdo family. And we're back. Some interesting scores there. Some big scores and some pretty close ball games, including ours here. 3-0. Springstead leading Sunlake.
There's all sorts of weather all around the region, so they're battling with the same conditions we are. First and goal.
First and goal from the 8-yard line. And Connor gets it again. Gets a couple. Not quite there. He is down to the maybe 1-yard line.
He made some great contact early and just kept his feet moving all the way to the 1-yard line. Macasio always keeps those legs moving. Talented sophomore running back. He was our Glory Days player of the game last week, making a strong case right now as well.
2 wide receivers high, takes it himself, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. Aiden Ferguson.
You know, I was watching, there's the strobe lights. I was watching for the coin flip as the captains went out, and Ferguson is a man. He looks like he could win a bench press contest. So anytime you're that close, no reason to turn around and hand it to anybody. Let the big fella take it in, as he just did.
Under center, lowers his shoulder. He'll get a half a yard. That half a yard was good for 6. Seeing if they can add one more to it. High snap, nearly blocked, but able to get it through. PAT is good. 10-0's your score.
Maldonado is perfect on the season.
5 years, I haven't ran. Because I just believed that my body was on the decline, that the pain that I was experiencing was not tolerable enough for me to go out and run. And the day that he adjusted me, I felt that relief, and I felt like I could actually put on my cleats again.
So Sunlake's chance to try to answer.
Yeah, I just briefly mentioned the Glory Days player of the game. We'll be recognizing our Glory Days player of the game at the end of, the game there. And they'll get a GCSN coveted t-shirt and a gift certificate from Glory Days as well. Eager to see how those stats roll out tonight.
But before that, be sure to stick with us at halftime. Senior spotlights, Jackson Filipenko and Craig Corbett, Sunlake and Springstead respectively, as this poocher was called off before it started.
Yeah, we got an offsides call. So that means one of the Springstead Eagles were offsides before the ball was kicked, which sometimes happens when you're doing a pooch punt, an onside. Everyone gets a little eager.
A little antsy right there on the line.
Yeah, just a timing issue. They'll be able to fix that.
So
I love the senior spotlight. I know you mentioned it. I absolutely love the senior spotlight. It gives us a different look, a deeper dive into those young men and their lives and how football's changed them, made them better. Because this is a truly great sport, very unique sport.
Yeah, we hope you guys enjoy them as much as we enjoy putting them together for you.
Oh, boy.
We got an onside situation. It is fielded.
That was a great recovery by number 23 for
Rogers
Sunlake.
Jones.
Wow, great. He went up, got it, took the hit, held on to the ball.
Got to the ground. Maintained possession, and again, really nice field position for Sunlake.
And Coach Garofano's going to be happy with that because his kicker put the ball where it could have been caught. His guys were there. It was just a good play by a good front lineman. All right, can they answer? 5 minutes, 26 seconds to go in the first half. Sunlake is down 10-0. They've moved the ball at times. Can they answer?
Last drive, they were doing a nice job moving the ball until that untimely interception. Handoff inside, number 5, Lepiski.
Yeah, that was Jaden James on the tackle there.
Yeah, it was probably about a 1-yard loss. It's going to be the result. Loss of 2, my apologies. 2nd and 12. 5 minutes and 5 seconds left.
Check out the center, how he tips the ball up. That's called a dead ball hike. Kind of new. Oh,
and back in the backfield again.
Craig Corbett having a game.
Really living in the backfield is that young man. Let's take a look at that again.
That's his 3rd tackle for loss.
Man, he was there as soon as Lepiski got that handoff. He was in his face. Not much he could do about it. 3rd and 17. Have to imagine they're going to try to go to the air here. Too high, too low receivers showing blitz.
Yeah, the Sunlake doesn't like what the defense is looking at him, so they're going to take a
timeout. Think about this.
Coach Gilmore needs a good play here, so he was setting that up.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
I was fortunate enough to be able to work with Divinity on a custom skincare regimen the year leading up to my wedding. It included a series of in-office treatments, microneedling, PRP, hydrofacials, and an at-home skincare regimen. So I had no worries the day of my wedding. My skin was perfect.
Ferguson flushed out. Flag on the play.
Ball's up.
Throws it deep and nearly 50-50 ball. Nearly pulled down number 7, Braden Larson. I'm sorry, that was not Ferguson. Other quarterback, Horvath. They're flushed out of the pocket.
Yeah, they got a holding call that the Eagles are going to decline. There was a great motion by the Sunlake, and the receiver kept it shallow, and as he crossed the midfield, he was struck by Mr. Corbett again and threw him off the route. Otherwise, that's who our quarterback was looking for, Kyle Horvath. He wasn't there, so he went deep. Now we got a punting situation.
And punted high. Nice punt.
Get away, right?
Yeah, get away. Takes a high bounce. Pretty much stays about where it is. It's going to be Eagle ball at about the 17-yard line.
We had an Eagle defender going in for the block, realized he wasn't going to get to it, slid like he was going into second base, and barely missed the kicker. That would have been an unfortunate event for the Eagles to get a flag due to the slide, because he slid about 6 yards.
Absolutely. And, trying to do the right thing. No, he's not going to get there. Not trying to get the penalty. Sliding, taking him out, taking out that plant leg. I mean, that would have been the roughing variety, I would imagine, not the running into variety, which would have garnered, I would imagine, an automatic first down.
Well, they got the big guy in, PJ Class again.
Look at all those linemen they got, too.
See if they give him the ball.
Out of the shotgun. Takes it himself, though.
Lead block.
Brought down by number 4, Ryan Price.
Yeah, they're using PJ as a blocker for Ferguson, and
both times he's been in, it's been a quarterback draw.
And you're under 4 minutes to go in the half. You have a 2-score lead. Do you push and try to get one more, or do you just come out with a 10-point lead? I believe they get the ball back to start the second half. All these things are Coach Garfano's considering. Not really rushing the pace.
Under center now. Does hand off.
Look at
Great
that.
move.
Look at that.
Running over tacklers.
That's PJ Class again. I told you, he gets those hard yards, but he has some great acceleration for a big fella. Just a quick dive, quick block, north-south, and if you're going to get in front of me, I'm going to finish it. That was a well-done run. And that runs like that will get your offensive linemen excited. It'll get your sidelines excited. It'll get the crowd excited. But we're tick-tocking here at 2:35 left to go in the first half.
Good for a first down. Hand it to him again. Nice cut. Makes one miss, another miss, and dragging him over midfield. Finally brought down by number 8, Pierce Bolin. Cornerback, let's take a look at this run. Great move there in the hole.
2 hands on the ball right here in traffic. And then, number 8 got in there, Pierce Bolden, like you mentioned. They might pick up the pace now that they're over their 50. I believe they brought in Macasio.
Yeah, I think Macasio's in. And
he got a timeout.
Looks like Sunlake burning another timeout. So they have one left. We want to thank Spring Hill NFL Flag Football League being one of our community partners. My son's played there a number of seasons. He loved it. Dave, I think you guys have been involved for a couple years over there at the NFL Flag Football.
Yeah, it's the only time you can see the Browns win a Super Bowl, the Lions win a Super Bowl. I mean, in the same day, you know? It's fantastic.
It's outrageous.
The kids have a great time.
Have a great time. Park is always full on Saturdays.
All day. 8
all day long.
To like 5 p.m.
It's great. It's a lot of fun. So we appreciate them and all our community sponsors, really, helping us bring you this coverage. Oh, 1st and 10 from the Sunlake 43. 2:18 left in the first half. 10-0's your score. The Eagles on the move again. Really just doing it on the ground, Dave. Not getting outside of what they do.
Yeah, they got the nose guard in, going with the 5-man front right now. Trying to stop that middle run.
And they do get the ball to start the second half, as you mentioned, Dave.
Yeah, 9 and 15 in on that tackle. Colin Murphy and Cale Tarver for the Seahawks. We'll bring 2nd and 11 here.
I mean, I'm sure they'd like to punch one in here at half and get the ball back again to start the second half. Well, really generate some momentum and keep it and hold it on their side. Out of the shotgun. Hands off.
Go Quarter.
Nope. Quarter takes it himself. Does Ferguson. And he gets out about 8-yard run.
Yeah, he's not far from the first down marker, but you're going to see
this option we talked about.
I thought he gave the ball.
I did too.
Great fake. Got a lead blocker. Follows him. Keeps his feet moving and holds on to the ball at the end. Ooh, did get away from him a little bit, but he was able to keep it clean. I think the Sunlake's going to take a timeout here and just kind of think about this.
Yeah, that was Ryan Price. Finally was able to bring Ferguson down. He's been involved in a number of tackles so far in this first half, has Price.
I'm impressed with Sunlake's defense. They've made the Eagles work for every yard. And the Eagles' best play has been right up the middle, whether it's with Ferguson or Class or even Macasio. That's been their best play. Special thanks to our referee crew tonight. Without them, we have no game, and there's a lot of work that goes involved with those. You see them over there chugging the water.
Oh, it's hot and humid and wet out there, so they are running back and forth on this field as much as the players are. So rehydrate those gentlemen. Keep making the great calls you're making. We appreciate it.
It's about the power of perspective. If you're a player, you're looking forward to the rain and the mud. If you're a referee, you got to put on extra socks.
Keep an extra pair with you. Change them out at halftime.
Oh, they're going to take a measurement. It did look rather close. But if they don't get it, they have the quarterback sneak that they've already used for short yardage. They have the big back and PJ. They have the quick back and
This
Micazio.
point of the field and this part of the ball game, you have to imagine.
Check out this view. Check out this view. You're only going to get this view right here on GCSN Sports Network. And it's a first down. It's a first down with 1:41 left to go in the first
There
half.
was plenty past that marker.
Yeah, that might have passed the eyeball test.
Yeah, we want to appreciate our field camera operator this game, John McMurdo.
Way to go, McMurdo.
Getting us that fantastic shot down there. And I think our other camera operator, Bill Lizer, we appreciate you guys. You guys are killing it out there in the rain, in the wetness. Dave and I get to sit up here, nice bird's eye view of the game in the air-conditioned, dry room, and we'll take it, really, to be honest with you. 1:29 left, 1st and 10, 33.
Oh, they're bringing the house.
Out of the shotgun, stepping back, taking a shot, deep ball, and
Speedster.
it is caught.
That's
number
CJ.
10, CJ Kresser.
Oh, that's 88. That's my fault. I did mention it was the freshman, but that's 88 Gilbert on the reception. Great ball.
Let's take a look at this again in the recovery room, instant replay.
So they sell out. They're bringing everybody on the defense. Ferguson steps into the throw, and look at the speedster catch that ball. Easy pitch and catch.
Easy pitch and catch right there.
Wow. And so you got 16, 17 pending points right now if this field goal, this PAT is good, in a matter of minutes. And it is confirmed, 17 points with 1:22 to go here in the first half. And what a response the Eagles have. And we talked about the momentum, and it started with the field goal, and then the touchdown, and then the big play.
It was the field goal, the pick.
The pick, yeah.
Touchdown, stop, touchdown again. And this was their best drive they put together this ball game. They had to start fairly deep in their own half, and they were able to come out and finally get it into the end zone. I had a feeling they were going to try to take a shot somewhere. That was a good place and a good time to do it.
Agreed. And Coach Garofano wasn't in any rush. You saw him down here with 3 minutes to go, and they were nickel and diming it in the running package, and they just kept moving the ball, and then they took their shot. I believe
we're going to take a look at the regional scoreboard here for a moment, see how the rest of the games are going in our area.
Hats off to some of those scores. We saw the Central Bears 25-0 right now, trying to get their third win of this season. Awesome turnaround right there, what they've done. Their quarterback, Braden Joyner, had 7 touchdowns last week. But back to this game, do you kick it deep, or do you just do a nice little pooch, which has kind of been what they're working on?
Well, I mean, their defense has really done a nice job the past couple of drives, shutting down whatever Sunlake's trying to do. I would try to pin them about as deep as I could.
Yeah, they're kicking from the 45 due to the penalty. There must have been a penalty last play. I did see a little flag.
So PAT, maybe a little extracurricular there.
So you have a chance to kick it. I mean, we've seen him get touchbacks from his normal kick, but I don't know. And the squib.
Nicely done. Picked up. Number 2, Caden Johnson on the return. Nice job.
He was eager to get that ball. He's been running routes on offense, trying to get open, and he finally got the ball. And you could see how eager he was. He looked like he should have been a running back.
Yeah, good hands though, as that ball kind of skipped off Sunlake player ahead of him, the second row ahead of him, and he had to grip it and just go.
Well, we know these guys can throw this ball, and you're down 17 points right now. You have nothing to lose. Roll out. Give your playmakers like Tyler Smith a chance to get the ball here.
Stepping back and knocked down again. Who else but my man Madden? Right in the passing lane. Don't forget, stick with us at halftime for our senior spotlight, featuring Jackson Filipenko and Craig Corbett. And we'll bring you all the scores from around the region as well.
Yeah, Jackson Filipenko is a coveted offensive lineman and defensive lineman. Can't wait to hear his story at halftime.
And Corbett, we've mentioned his name a number of times so far. Inside handoff, and he gets a couple of yards, does Lipitsky.
Those are hard yards to get, too. I mean, he's really banging in there with some big fellas from the Eagles.
And with 1:06, Eagles take a timeout. As it is 3rd and 7 here for Sunlake. Hovering right around their own 30-yard line. So they got more points on their mind here in this half. It did. Took both teams a little bit to get going, but once they did, the Eagles' offenses really looked nice and balanced these past couple of drives they've had.
Well, and they tried several different formations, and some just weren't working. And some, obviously, their up back formation has had the most success. There is a lot of real estate at this end of the field here.
3rd and 8.
The dump.
Fakes it.
Intercepted.
Intercepted.
And he's going to the room. We talked about that room.
There you go. And he is gone. Looks like that's number 23.
I think it was 27, Dalton Williams. I believe it was Dalton Williams. There's a whole bunch of Eagles partying in the end zone right now. So to confirm, I can't confirm yet, but we had strobe lights and flickers and end zones and points on the board.
Well, I don't see any reason why that pick six would come off. Let's take a look at it again here. Recovery room instant replay. Great blocking out in front.
Yeah, number 12, Tyree Davis, just with a little shield block. He didn't have to use his hands, didn't have to hit him with his pads. He just kind of got in his way a little bit, slowed him down. That was the only guy that had a chance at him. Great interception by Dalton Williams, and
you know, that throw from Horvath just seemed to be a little high as receiver going across the middle. And safety Lincoln Portson, number 23, right there, hauled it in, beat everybody back to the house. Dalton Williams, 27.
Maldonado's trying to stay perfect on the season. You know, Coach Gilmore spoke about the 123-7 for the Eagles. Their points scored against their points given up, and in a blink of an eye, it's 23, almost 24-0. So these Eagles have been striking quick and fast, but they have, you know, Sunlake had them dead to rights at the beginning of the first quarter with probably negative yards.
They sure did. They were able to make the adjustments they needed to, find some schemes that worked for them. And, you know, talking about Sunlake coming out with 3-man front, 4-man front, 5-man fronts, when they finally got them in a position that they liked it, there were no substitutions. They went no huddle, and they just went hard at them inside. And that proved to kind of be the difference for that first drive that they were able to get something going.
Well, and in a 0-0 game, 2 interceptions for the defense have set them up, one for an automatic touchdown and one for a 3-point field goal down the drive later. So the defense is really. We talked about how balanced the offense was for Springstead and how strong the defense was.
Yeah, they have 14 points off of turnovers.
Oh, there he is. He's got the necklace with the eagle around it.
Kick is up, and it is good. So 24-0.
I saw
53
a flag.
seconds.
Again, some
Looks
extracurriculars.
Yeah, it looks like that PAT will count and be assessed.
Oh, they're going to call it on the Eagles, so that they're going to back the Eagles up here on the kickoff. With 52 seconds to go, like you mentioned already. Be interested to see if they really kick it a little farther, because we've seen the leg on this kicker get it all the way to the goal line. I think he has 3 touchbacks on the season, and now they're kicking from their 30 instead of the 45, which is where they kicked the last time because of the penalty. Oh, looks like they're going to kick from the 20. So
it's a fairly serious penalty then, it would appear.
He keeps walking, so he's going to put him on the. Where's he putting him? Oh man, the 12-yard line.
I'd like to know what that penalty was.
Personal foul. It looked like after the field goal was kicked and good. You don't want to get 2 of those, because if the same player gets 2 of those, they can't play next week. So Coach Garofano, with a 24-point lead, needs to make sure whatever player that was, they don't do it again.
Yeah, I mean, Maldonado has a pretty strong leg, as we've seen here, but kicking off from your own 13-yard line, again, it's going to spell good field
he's
position.
Kicking it over their head. Oh.
Fielded by Caden Johnson, and he's got a couple of blocks. Really nice return.
He
gets
looks
it
like
down
a
to the 43.
He runs hard and aggressive, and I know they have him at wide receiver. Well, they're getting a little chippy for both sides. They've had to be separated 3 plays in a row now.
46 seconds left. Be sure to stick with us at halftime. In addition to our McMurdo Family Vision Regional Scoreboard, we're going to have a couple of senior spotlights featuring 2 of these great young men, Jackson Filipenko and Craig Corbett. Corbett from Springstead, Filipenko representing Sunlake. Really had an opportunity to meet these 2 young men. Couldn't be happier to bring you their stories.
Kyle Horvath can get this ball all the way to the end zone. We've seen him throwing in warm-ups.
Definitely has enough arm. It is jet sweep number 6, Darian Williams. And that's a wrinkle we haven't seen yet. And ended up being pretty productive. Let's take another look at it.
Check out the linebacker play right here by Kyle Corbett. He takes it on with the correct shoulder just to push him out to his teammates to make it run out of bounds. I mean, that's fundamental football right there. Keeping his jersey clean. Oh, we got a cramp. We got a man down.
So it'll end up being 2nd and 3 with 40 seconds left.
Yeah,
maybe that young man needs to take a trip to the recovery room. 3201 Premier Drive, Brooksville, over by the airport. If you're not familiar with Premier Drive, right off of Spring Hill Drive.
He probably needs to get right there in those bags with the hot air.
Massaging chairs. That's a nice feature you get there at the recovery room. And be sure to use promo code REPLAY2020 and you'll get your first cryotherapy session for just $25.
Yeah, that's a big deal. That's Luca Gargillo, who had the interception, the first interception, and then made a good block on the last interception.
Yeah, he's pretty important to the secondary back there.
And we know if he doesn't get back in, then Kyle Horvath is going to have more options without number 1 running around.
As play resumes, 2nd and 3 for the Seahawks. On the Springstead 30.
Handoff number
right
5
up the middle.
Up the middle. Nobody home. Great job, the offensive line making space. Number 5, Lepiski again. Let's take a look.
Dalton Williams, who had the interception, saves the tackle. Look at this. Comes up and saves the tackle right there.
Got him right by his shoestrings.
We just had a quick spike of the football by number 12, Kyle Horvath, to stop the clock with 13 seconds to go in the half. We know they have a pretty good kicker, and they are almost to the 15-yard line. But I don't think they're thinking 3 here. I think they're thinking 7.
I'd have to agree with you there. Be 2nd and 10 from, looks like the 16-yard line. Out of the shotgun, 2 receivers high, 2 low. Inside handoff, Lepiski again.
That's going to tick-tock.
Gets a couple of yards. Clock is still running, but there's a couple of flags, so that's going to help Sunlake stop the clock. Here, 19 seconds left.
Yeah, if you're the captain of the offense or the defense, you need to get your teammates together and say, hey, we're here to play football. We got to tighten this up. With no more penalties. No one likes penalties. But they are talking to the Springstead captain. You see which way it goes.
Maybe they offset each other. But it was after the play. Looked like it was after the play.
Oh, they're going to call it on the Eagles. So they were telling my man Madden to talk to his defense to get them organized. But this puts them in great scoring position.
Great scoring position. It's going to be a first down, 1st and goal.
It's just 17 seconds to go.
I'd take a couple of shots. I expect them to kind of spread everybody out wide.
Well, they're going to look for number 11, Mr. Smith, Tyler Smith, right here on a slant.
And surveying the field, flushed out of the pocket. Good block there. Runs out of bounds. Smart move. Smart move. Just right around the 10-yard line. So he lost a couple of yards, but was able to stop the clock. 12 seconds left. 13 seconds left.
Yeah, he did look towards Tyler, but Tyler did not run the slant. He ran a corner route, but he was running for some time. Got a trip set. Got a trips over here.
Yeah, 1 down low, 3 up high. And surveying the field, looking that way. Flushed out of the pocket, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
That's just the 2nd touchdown given up all season by the Eagles. Great run by the quarterback. Check out this instant replay from the recovery room. He sees, and there's a lot. He's got one guy to beat, and he's going to finish the run here and fall over the end zone.
Looked like number 12, Tyree Davis. Safety was there trying to shut him down, but able to run straight through him was Horvath.
Well, that one was really good.
Yeah, we got 2 really decent kickers here in this ball game. 24-7. Sunlake, as you said, able to get into the end zone on this Eagle defense. We have just under 2 seconds left in this first half, enough for a kickoff, and not much else.
Yeah, maybe a quick skib. I mean, onside doesn't help. You don't want to kick it deep. If you kick it out of bounds, offense gets a play, which they probably just take a knee, but I'm sure both coaches just probably want to get to halftime and reassess. Coach Garfano's going to have to make sure his guys no more 15-yard penalties, fellas. Now, Sunlake does have a couple of their own. Not sure what the bad blood is here, but Coach did say they played. They used to be rivals. They played every year, and they haven't played for a while.
So you have to imagine not a lot of players on the field now.
It'd be interesting to see if they kick it back deep.
They are in the same district, though.
Well, the districts are new. They just rezoned the districts last year.
So they're in the district with Mitchell, Land O'Lakes, I believe.
Yeah, I believe Land O'Lakes and Springstead are both undefeated right now. Oh, wow.
That is well into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, I think the quarterback is going to have to come out and take a knee or give a dive or just to get him to halftime.
To keep the ball, keep the score as it is. Get into halftime, make the adjustments you need, try to get a couple of those scores back if you're Sunlake, and if you're Springstead, just continue to play good defense. Clean up the penalties, though, for the Eagles. They have had a number of unforced penalties against them.
And you also want to look back at the positive. You want to tip your hat to your defense, who's +2 in the turnover margin right now, and some of the big runs by Macasio and Class and obviously Gilbert on that long touchdown. So you got, the Seahawks have some things to talk about too, and they've had some splashes with number 2 running the return.
And that last drive, able to get in the end zone, as we said, just not. Springstead's really done a nice job of keeping people out of the end zone. So Sunlake able to get into the end zone, really something to build on for them for the second half. The game is not out of reach by any stretch. We know what kind of passing attack they have, so they could really go at any point. Well, we appreciate you joining us for the first half. Stick around for the second, but first we're going to hand it over to Will Wilkie, take you through the halftime show. Take it away, Will.
Thank you, Derek and Dave. Great job on that first half call tonight. What a game we have here in Spring Hill, Florida. 24-7 your score here at halftime between Sunlake and Springstead. Welcome to GCS and At the Half. I'm Will Wilkie. I'll be taking you through our halftime content. When we take a quick break, we'll be getting things going with our senior spotlight features. Tonight we have 2 key players, Jackson Filipenko from Sunlake and Craig Corbett from Springstead. We'll bring that to you right after this.
Certainly I'm an avid golfer, been, golf usually weekly, play a lot with my wife.
With the repetitive motion, as you know, with a lot of golfers, it's an unnatural motion that you put your body through.
After suffering for years with shoulder pain, Mike chose stem cell therapy as an alternative to surgery.
I'm just excited because patients that have been in pain for years that are now doing the things that they want to do. And Mike's just going to be adding to that list.
Call Aligned Integrative Medicine for exam and x-rays to see if you qualify for stem cell treatment.
My name is Tom Roselli. I served in the U.S. Navy 65 to 69. Through all the turmoil and stress battling with the VA, I've come to learn that certain organizations have their hands tied and can only proceed so far, whereas Attorney Chris Chambers has the experience and the ability to dig into the files and get the results that got me my 100%. Tremendous job in helping veterans.
Thank you for sticking with us here at halftime. We're going to get things going with our senior spotlights.
I'm originally from North Dakota, started playing ice hockey at age 4 all the way to age 11. Transitioned into football at age 12 in Texas. I enjoyed playing ice hockey. With the hitting, the skating around was pretty fun, and the fights inside of hockey. Transitioning into football, just a big change versus on ice, on the field. Just enjoyed it a lot. During 5th grade, playing football in Texas, it was very intense, hot. It's the first time I ever did an up-down. Thought I was going to die. Transitioning into middle school, Texas football was pretty intense. The varsity was a wake-up call of what Texas football really is. It's where I really learned why I'm playing football. The kids on varsity while I was in 6th grade was really tough versing. The boys were way too big. Probably shouldn't have been versing them. Got hurt a couple of times, but I didn't back down. It was really fun. 6th grade was tough. I bounced between JV and varsity. I got moved up the 7th grade season. We ended up having snow during a championship game. It was really fun. 8th grade was an adjustment. Moved to Florida. My school at Turner Bartels didn't offer tackle football. They had flag football. I ended up playing for a private league called North Tampa Pride. Had a lot of fun over there. Currently, all the Wharton boys that was a part of my team during North Tampa Pride. It was an open league. I was playing against kids who were already 18 years old. The practices were extremely intense, doing one-on-ones against an 18-year-old, and I'm an 8th grader. It was very fun, worth it. Transitioned into freshman year at Wiregrass Ranch. Started on JV. I played nose tackle, only on one side of the ball. Defense, I loved hitting. It was really fun going through both A-gaps against the center and being able to sack the QB. Enjoyed it a lot. Halfway through the season, I moved up to varsity. I played D-tackle and DN on varsity. Prior to sophomore year, moved back to Texas. Started on JV for a couple games, moved up to varsity. Obviously, I'm a 10th grader. I started out on JV for like a couple games, and then I had a crazy injury. I ended up breaking my hand when I went against a couple of the Division I offensive linemen. Smashed my hand between two of their helmets. But as soon as I got my cast off, I was doing really good, and it was like the 3rd game inside the season, and I got moved up to varsity, and then played out the rest of the season up on varsity during 10th grade. A huge game at Frisco High School that I always remember is a playoff game versus Aledo High School, all Alabama recruits, and that I was a part of an assisted tackle for loss. I was nose tackle, and then there was a D tackle. It was a game I'll remember forever.
You know, Jackson this year compared to last year, to me, totally different player. You know, last year he was the type of player, he was doing a lot of catching. He wasn't really firing off the ball like I would have liked as an O-line coach. And this year, when he showed up during the summertime for training, I actually did a double take. You know, I was like, man, who is this kid? And I can't say enough about him. When you talk about work ethic, nobody works harder than Jackson Filipenko. You know, he's the first one in the weight room, the last one to leave. He's a team captain. You know, he's a guy that gets everybody fired up. When he speaks, everybody listens, and he backs it up on the field. You know, one-on-ones, you know, not too many people are faring too well against Jackson Filipenko. So that kid has a bright future. He's going to have a big senior year. He's just getting started, and every week I see him just get a little bit better. You know, he's always on the details. Like if he doesn't do something right, he wants to fix it during post-practice, or he's thinking about it. You know, how can I improve? So he's the type of player anybody would want on their team.
Rolling into junior year at Sunlake High School, I learned a lot playing my previous years at Frisco High School in Texas. Big change from big football state to another football state. Had a lot of fun. Became a team captain right away. I wanted to make my mark playing junior year and who I really wanted to become playing football. And I love playing offense, being able to protect my QB, and getting pancakes on pass plays or run blocking plays really opened my eye to whether I loved offense more or defense more. Personally, I think offense is better. There's a lot more stuff you're able to do. Favorite play during junior season was an onside kick that Daniel Lester kicked. He ended up scooping and scoring. We created a wall on the outside, and this is just the best play overall. I'll remember it forever.
I fully expect Jackson to have a big senior year. You know, he's put in the work this offseason. You know, he's been in the weight room. He's been on the field. He's been a leader amongst his peers at the O-line group. You know, and he's the type of player that when he steps up and performs, everybody's going to follow. So we're really right. I have a saying with the O-line group: we will win or lose on your shoulders, and that starts with Jackson Filipenko.
My senior season's here now. It's time for me to make my mark. It's my last go-around. I've always dreamed playing college football. I want to be able to tell my kids that I played college football someday, or even at a higher level. I'm so excited to see what I can do senior season. It's been a long journey throughout senior year. My parents have sacrificed a lot. I wouldn't be here where I am, and nothing without my offers, without my coaches. I appreciate them so much. I couldn't have done it without them, and it means a lot. With all the experiences I've had. My proudest moment was receiving my first football offer. I was laying on the couch watching TV with my sister and brother. Phone rang. I picked it up, and a coach called me. I thought it was a prank call. He said no, it wasn't. And then we just had a long conversation and ended up being offered.
When you come to the classroom, Jackson's on top of things. He's not a kid I'm worried about. You know, when it comes to progress reports, he's not going to pop up on my report. You know, he's on top of the books. That goes without saying. He's big in the community. He's a community kid. He likes being out in the community. I remember last year, he's a man of faith. Last year at our sports banquet, he was the one that say the prayer and bless the food, and he's just that type of kid. He's a leader. He's a born leader, not afraid to step up and just put himself out there, whether it's in the community, on this team, or in the classroom. So those intangibles off the field when it comes to Jackson Filipenko, he's a special kid.
I started playing football in first grade for the Hudson Cobras. In second grade, I played for the Patriots in the SHA Screaming Eagles League. That's when I met my quarterback, Aiden Ferguson, who I still play with today. He's still my quarterback. And in third grade, I played for the Bucks, third, fourth, and fifth grade. My dad was actually my head coach, so he actually coached me throughout all my years. And I met a lot of friends there. I met Luca, Roman, PJ, a lot of people that I still play with today. And we're still playing last ride. Seventh grade year was my first year actually playing with older guys, so it was a little scary at first. And then I started trying to get friends with them, started to learn how to play with them. They taught me a lot. I actually played center my seventh grade year and my eighth grade year. So I played on O-line just because of my size, and I was a little smaller, but I got the job done. In eighth grade, I was at Powell Middle School. We had Coach John Capel as our head coach, and he came in and took control of everything. We had schemes, we had offensive, defensive schemes, personnels, we had different formations, we had everything that was all organized and lined up. So we went undefeated that year, we went 8-0. We ended up beating Challenger 40-0 in the championship game, so that was a good cap off to end the eighth grade year.
Yeah, Craig came in, he played as a freshman on the JV, and actually he was going into his sophomore year in JV, and he got hurt. He broke his leg and was out for the year. So we have another injured guy that, and it really obviously it killed his football season. It also hurt his wrestling season. He's a good wrestler as well, and we like those football wrestler types because they they put in the work in the wrestling room, and it kind of makes them tougher because they're hand-to-hand combat. It's one-on-one. And we like those kind of guys. But starting out, he was just, a little guy, wrestler / football guy, played a little bit of fullback, a little bit of linebacker for us.
Freshman year was a little different. Obviously, entering a new school, you have seniors around you. They're 6 foot tall, 300 pounds. They're a lot bigger than you. So it's a little scary at first. And once you start to play, they have the different levels. You have JV and varsity. So obviously the younger guys, the newer guys are on JV just to learn the systems and the schemes and stuff. But JV year, on my freshman year, I played fullback actually. So I was on the offensive side of the ball. So that was kind of like a good scheme for me to learn the offense and learn what we like to do on offense. And in sophomore year, we had Coach John Capello again come in as a Springstead JV coach. And then that was the quarantine year, that was the COVID year. So in the beginning of the year, varsity team all got quarantined and JV didn't. So JV was out practicing while varsity's at home, kind of doing whatever. And then when the day varsity came back, we had a joint practice, a little walkthrough practice, I guess. and we were running an offensive play. It was my last year at fullback, running an offensive play, and I got tackled weird, and I broke my right leg. Actually, I had to get surgery, and it ended my sophomore year. I couldn't play football. I couldn't wrestle in the winter. I couldn't do anything. So then that was kind of like my motivation to come back junior year and start to learn different positions so I can be versatile on both sides of the ball. During that process, my parents were great. They were always supporting me, giving me tips of what I could do to kind of fly past the time of me being injured, because I couldn't do anything physically, but I can do stuff mentally. I can go watch film, I can learn the playbook on huddle, and I can do other things off the field that I couldn't do on the field.
Craig's really grown in the last couple of years. He started about half the time for us last year at inside linebacker. He's an undersized kid for an inside linebacker, but he's got the toughness, and that's what we're looking for, the toughness, the instinct, and I don't care how big or small you are. If you're tough and you could kind of sift through all that traffic and the way he does, he's fine. He does a great job. He's got a great motor. He doesn't get tired. He doesn't really say much. He doesn't talk a whole lot, but he's, if Aiden's the smartest guy on the offense, Craig's definitely the smartest guy on the defense. Like, he really takes the time to study the playbook and study the opposing team's offense. And there was times in the last couple of years, last year, where we had guys that had to go out with COVID, and he's like, "Coach, I'll do it." And all of a sudden, he's a tight end. "Coach, I'll do it." All of a sudden, he's a full coach. So all you had to do is kind of study it a little bit, and he was ready to go. So he's awesome. He's that guy that'll do anything for you.
Junior year comes around, we're in the spring. I'm still a little coming back from my injury, so I'm so excited, but it's a little tough coming back from an injury, especially with the lower leg of your body. So I'm coming back trying to learn stuff in the spring, trying to get stuff physically on the field and learn offense and defense. And then once season comes around, we have injuries at different positions. We have quarantine, so I'm coming in playing linebacker week 3 of the Nature Coast game. And so I'm starting linebacker. I wasn't expecting that to be starting linebacker that game. So I come in at week 3. We ended up losing the game, but it was my first test in a varsity level game where I can actually play and realize that I can play with the big guys and I can succeed on the field with these people. And it happened again in the Crystal River game. Starting linebacker got hurt on the initial kickoff of the game, so I come in, I'm playing linebacker again. Me and Jordan Novometsky, we're dominating the field. We ended up winning that game, so that was a good game for us. And then just to finish off the year, they nicknamed me the Swiss Army knife just because I knew all the positions and everything on the field. So I kind of played a little bit everywhere, but linebacker is my main focus.
This year, his senior year, is going to be a full-time starter for us. I expect big things. I expect splash plays, tackles for loss, getting through on some blitzes and getting home on the quarterback, and hopefully create some turnovers. I mean, that's our number one thing that we want to do on defense is really we want to score and create turnovers. So hopefully he does, has a couple of turnovers and at least one score on, 6 points on the defensive end. If you score 6 on D, you're usually more often than not you win those games. So I expect big things from him. He's a good leader, leads by example. Like I said, he's not all that vocal, but very smart, and that's what makes him even better player. Is that he's able to read defenses or offenses. He knows what the offense is going to run or what formation they like and their tendencies, and he's there, quicker than a lot of people just because he's able to read it and decipher it faster.
We appreciate you sticking with us for halftime, and we will have those senior spotlights on our website for you to view in their entirety at the conclusion of this ball game. And it's another touchback by Sunlake. The Eagles will get the ball to start the second half at their 20-yard line.
Great kick, great deep kick. Like you mentioned earlier, we have 2 great kickers in this game, and if you're going to kick it out of bounds, you're going to get the ball at the 35. You're going to kick it in the end zone, you're going to get the ball at the 20. Coaches like the ball at the 20 if you're on the defense.
Yeah, we did have a shortened halftime as this game was delayed considerably for storms and lightning in the area. So we apologize. We thought we had an opportunity to get the whole thing in. Our entire halftime show, but like I did say, it will be available on our website for you to view on demand at your leisure. Out of the shotgun, quick slant,
Tyree
complete
Davis.
Number 10, and he's got all kinds of space, getting chased and shakes one and finally brought down number 15 and number 20, Cale Tarver, and we're going to take a look at that. Jonathan Pacchini, number 10, CJ Kresser.
Just a quick slant. He comes in, and the talented freshman just off to the races.
So that was a really nice play to start the half by the Eagles. So a little three-step drop, short slant, and they got great production out of that. CJ lined up one-on-one top side, somebody in motion, and inside handoff, and positive yards again.
That's Corbett on the number 4. Corbett on the carry, but number 4 Ryan Pierce. Macazio, you're right. Corbett's the
Corbett was the senior spotlight, other side of the ball there.
The Swift Army knife.
Yes, exactly right. No, that's got to be fun for that young man, being able to play all those positions, being a lockdown linebacker. We've called his names plenty this evening, and I'm sure we'll have an opportunity to call it more as this game goes on.
But that was 4-on-4 crime as Ryan Pierce made the tackle on
There's another first down. 2 plays, 2 first down for the Eagles. It's a sweep. Number 12 caught in the backfield, however, by number 23 of Sunlake. That's Rogers Jones able to get it.
Play.
Tyree Davis was the recipient of that sweep across the front.
Yeah, Rogers Jones did a nice job of keeping contained and making a tackle for a loss, which is what Spring Lake needs to get back into this game.
Out of the shotgun, 2 wide receivers up high, and swing it down low. Number 1, Gargillo, and finally taken down. Looks like that was number 4.
Yeah,
Ryan Price again.
Yeah, he's been a great player for the Seahawks on defense. But I'm glad to see number 1, Luca Gargillo, back in the game. He was experiencing pretty severe cramping right before the half. Glad to see it's nothing serious. He limped off, so I wasn't sure if it was an ankle, but it must be.
Got some treatment. Got some treatment for it back on the field, and they're going to spread him out wide. 2 wide receivers, high and low. Gargillo in motion, fakes it to him, keeps it himself, and finally tripped up inside of the 5. Number 4 again, Ryan Price, making the tackle again. Let's take another look at that. The Ferguson option, and he keeps it himself.
Great play action, great block by Craig Gilbert as well. Get him down there to the 1-yard line.
So 1st and goal from the 3.
So we've talked about the balanced attack. They had a great first play with the slant, and now they've been running it.
Under center, Connor has it, and he walks himself into the end zone for a touchdown. Eagles.
And the lights. I think the fans here really like the lights. That's unique. It's something you don't see anywhere else.
Yeah,
they didn't do it though when Sunlake scored. Did you?
No, I don't think they did. I wonder why. We'll have to get a report on that and get back to you guys. But yeah, I guess they only work when the Eagles score. And PAT good. 31-7, your score. That was a quick drive by the Eagles. Still 9 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. And Sunlake going to get the ball here. See what kind of adjustments they've made at half. Try to get something going offensively for them. They were able to punch it into the end zone before the end of the half.
Well, the Seahawks have number 2, Caden Johnson's returned to each one of these kickoffs, and he looks dangerous.
He really does. You get him into the open field, and good things could happen for Sunlake.
I would be surprised if Coach Garfano lets him have another opportunity. He's probably telling his kicker, kick it away from number 2.
I don't even care if you kick it out of bounds. Just don't put it in that young man's hands.
Maybe a little squib to one of those up backs. which they've done a time or two.
Another short high kick. Fielded.
Good field. That's a second player who has fielded that. That's the tight end, number 88.
Gabriel Millerays.
You know, he's played a pretty good ball game for him. He's the motion back who likes to be the lead block, knock out the defensive end for some of the quarterback designed runs that they've had earlier, some successful runs earlier in the first half. Hey, they haven't thrown it to him yet, but he was the guy that they were going to throw the ball to on that screen when the ball slipped out of the quarterback's hands early in the first half.
So we got two wide receivers low. One comes inside, and it is a design run. Does not get very far, however, just right back to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I believe that's a little wildcat action with Ryan Pierce lining up as quarterback. Yes, I believe you're right.
I saw that too.
You do that on first down so the defense doesn't see it. Now you can see Kyle Horvath coming back in. I'm sure he'll be in the gun again. But that was just a little change of pace. But the Eagles seem to be ready for it. I look to see how these guys are going to throw this ball. Sometimes you back up the quarterback and a little further from the center and the gun, but let's see.
And time? Surveying the field does have nice time, and that one was read quickly, picked off down the sidelines, and it's going to be a pick 6.
And that's his second interception.
Number
touchdown.
27, Dalton Williams, second touchdown of the game from the defensive side.
Yeah, that's his second interception, second touchdown. He's the kid we saw with the necklace of the eagle on the sideline. He probably wants to go put that necklace back on.
That's right. They're just going to hand it right to him. You know what, young man? Just keep this the rest of the ball game. So let's take a look at this recovery room instant replay.
Kyle's just trying to get his team down the field, and he sees it, and he throws it, and it's a long pass, which gave the DB an extra chance to read it.
And kick is up and good.
The hold, kudos to the holder here. Like, this ball comes back and it's on the ground. He picks it up, and the kicker, Maldonado, does a nice job, slightly delaying it, but he got it through nonetheless.
So 38-7. Your score with 8 minutes left in the third quarter now.
Wow, incredible, because we had such a strong fight in that first half. And
about halfway through that second quarter, the Eagles really have taken charge of this ball game. Both sides of the ball now, offensively and defensively. 3 turnovers in the ball game, all benefiting the Eagles. They've gotten points off of all of them. 2 pick sixes and 1 turned into a touchdown drive for them.
Well, the Seahawks definitely have some players that can play ball on both sides of the defense and the offense. So see if they can step up here and finish this game out.
They definitely have an ability to rack up a tremendous amount of yards. This ball kicked deep. Number 2, Caden Johnson takes it and makes one miss, another miss up the middle, and gets down to the 30-yard line. Oh, nice return. He fielded that at around the 7 or 8-yard line, gets it up to the 30. So nice field position for the Seahawks to start this drive, the second
number
of the second half.
45, Aiden in on that tackle for the quick shifting number 2, Caden Johnson.
Yeah, he does look dangerous with the ball in his hands. You are right about that. Really hard runner. Head
Strong
down.
Cuts.
Yeah.
Strong cuts. A trip set.
Low snap again, and under pressure quickly, number 5, my man Madden, taking him down. Another sack for that young man.
Him and Corbett are both been playing all over the field, pressuring Kyle Horvath all night long.
Quick into that backfield, too.
It was like he timed it perfectly.
He had nowhere to go. And the low snap, too, from the shotgun does not do any favors.
Yeah, that makes it tougher for the quarterback because his eyes go to the ground. He's supposed to be looking downfield at his receivers. Here he's looking at the ground. It definitely makes it more challenging.
3 wide receivers now. No, he looks this way, and a little miscommunication there. Nobody home. Looks like maybe the intended receiver was 11, Tyler Smith. But nobody home.
Another flag. It's going to be a personal foul on the Eagles. It's going to give them a first down. Bail them out of 3rd and 15. Well, 3rd and 18.
20. Right around 20 it was. But now they are going to be in nice position. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. So, again, penalties coming back to hurt the Eagles.
I believe it's still going to be 3rd down. It's going to be 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5 now, which is a much more manageable situation than what they were just in. So, again, 3 receivers on the near side. Lepiski lining up next to the quarterback in the shotgun. Good snap. Lepiski tried to block Madden, but could not do it. Just overpowered him. Gets to the quarterback, forces a 4th down, and it looks like the punt crew is coming on for the Seahawks.
Yeah, Kyle Horvath on that. He sent his running back to Madden's side for the protection, and Madden just came in with a bull rush. Was able to get to Kyle again tonight. Now, the last 2 punts have been very close to a block.
And they've been quite high and not very deep. Here comes the rush. And again, end over end. Does take a Spring Lake bounce and picked up right at the 30-yard line. 32-yard line maybe is where it's going to finally get marked. So 1st and 10 from the Eagles in their own zone. See how they decide to run this one. I'd be surprised if they do anything except just try to keep that ball on the ground here. I mean, you got a nice, substantial lead. Allow that clock to run. Keep the ball moving.
Bocasio does a nice job of holding on to that ball, so put it in his hands. Sounds like a good plan.
Be sure to stick with us at the conclusion of this game as we unveil our Glory Days player of the game.
We got guys all over the place. We got a guy with 2 interceptions and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
We got 2 guys with 4 sacks. We have quarterback Ferguson has 2 touchdowns himself. I mean, we have players all over the place. And Sunlake's had guys that have been stacking up the tackles as well.
Yeah.
Number 9's got a lot of tackles. Number 4.
Colin Murphy, Ryan Price, Caden Johnson's had a nice game for him. So yeah, we've seen a lot of talent out here. Doesn't make our choice any easier up here, that's for sure. Ferguson out of the shotgun, hands off, inside.
Good vision.
Really good vision. Fumbled the ball and picked up by the Seahawks. And it's going to end up being a turnover.
That was Xavier McCollum on the carry. That's his first carry of the night on this recovery instant replay. He got put 2 hands on it right there, and then number 4. We just spoke about Ryan Price. He stuck his shoulder pad right on the ball, popping it loose. Price has had a great game.
Yeah, he really has had a nice game, and snap at quarterback as well. A couple positive yards on the offensive side, as well as just being all over the place for them defensively.
Yeah, Ryan's just a junior, 5'9", 170 pounds. Gets to finish this season and have one more.
So after that turnover, Spring Lake will get the ball on the Eagle 44-yard line. I'd like to thank Divinity Med Spa. You can find them 13248 Spring Hill Drive in Spring Hill. Online, divinitymedspa.com. Oh, here comes the offense again for Spring Lake. Sunlake.
You got Kyle
Springstead
Horvath
and Sunlake. In motion.
Oh.
Flipped out wide and unfortunately not able
that's
to come up with that.
Darren Williams on a basic jet, and when he got close to the line of scrimmage, he just pitches it back for a trickery play. It looked like he was either going to catch it and toss it downfield, but it didn't work as planned.
Yeah, it looked like that was Colin Murphy over there, number 9, trying to get that second pitch. Yeah, sweep through the inside in motion.
Yeah, Colin Murphy's had a great defensive game for us.
So we got 3 receivers down low, and there's a flag on the field.
Might have been a delay of game. They were talking a little extra, trying to get lined up. It's going to cost them 5 yards.
That'll book it 2nd and 15. Illegal substitution.
Yeah, I think they had 12 guys, and then one guy stepped off late.
Got the handoff. Lepiski. He gets a couple, maybe a yard.
You know, those aren't going to show that he had a big game, but he runs this ball really well. He runs around the people, sticks his foot in the ground, gets north-south as much as he can get.
Yeah, there was Jaden James, the sophomore, on the tackle there. Got 4 wide receivers, 2 high, 2 low. Lepiski lined up. Besides Horvath, looking for somebody over the middle, and he's able to catch it off the tip. Number 11, Tyler Smith, into the end zone for Sunlake touchdown.
That was great hand-eye coordination. Let's take a recovery room instant replay. Check this ball out. Kyle steps into the throw. Good protection up front as the ball gets tipped around, and he keeps great concentration on that ball. Easy. Well, not an easy catch, but a cool catch. How about that?
Yeah, once he got it, though, easy path to the end zone.
Yeah,
that's
no one
for
left.
sure.
That's for sure, yeah. All right, 38-13.
Looking for the PAT. Taking advantage of their opportunity were the Seahawks there. They got the turnover, and they were able to turn it into points. 7 of them to be exact.
That might have been good for 50 yards. That looked pretty good.
Yeah, he's really hitting every bit of that football. Both of these kickers too. You don't always see quality kicker play at the high school level, but tonight we have it on display. No question about it.
Well, we've talked a lot about Springstead defense, only giving up 1 touchdown all season long and three straight, 3 combined games. And here we are with Sunlake. You got me going now. Sunlake, got 14 points up already, and we still have a whole another quarter to go. So their offense is talented, which we spoke about at the beginning. It's just taking them a little longer to get going. But great play by 11, Tyler Smith, the senior wide receiver.
Yeah, really a lot of focus on that ball tipped up, able to keep his eye on it. Keep his balance about him, pull it down, get to the end zone.
I only got 1 guy deep back here because they are definitely in the onside protection kickoff return setup. Expecting an onside, but this kicker's back deep. Yeah, he wants it deep.
And nobody's going to return that one.
Out of the end zone.
Just take everybody out of the equation there. Well, we appreciate you joining us. If you haven't done so, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Turn on your notifications so that you're alerted every time we go live. We have a variety of live football games to stream you this season. middle and high school.
And you can always find the senior spotlights and the archives.
And all the archived games from this season and last. Go to our YouTube page. You can get them on demand.
Oh, quick
so
screen.
Swinged it out wide.
That's Tyree Davis.
Number 10.
I think it's 12.
Number 12.
Yeah,
number 12. You're right, Tyree Davis. Let's take a look at it again. Cover room instant replay. Just a quick pass to the outside.
You know, we've gotten number 10 and 12 confused a couple times. They're both underclassmen. They're both wicked fast and very skilled players. Coach Garofano's got several years left with those two young men.
Yeah, he really has assembled a talented, young yet veteran roster here.
Is that class? That looked like PJ running up the middle,
Yeah,
big
sure
body.
Did. It sure did. Nothing fancy there. Just head down, move the chains.
Yep.
Keep it moving.
He's a pretty good defensive lineman as well. He's been in on defense quite a bit tonight. But you are keeping the clock going. I'm sure Coach Garofano just wants to get this game finalized, but he still has a lot of time left. Sometimes it's tough playing with the lead. Everyone expects you to run,
High
especially
snap,
defense.
handled nicely. And again, just right up the middle.
Yeah, that's impressive. I mean, that's a 6-yard carry with 7 guys in the box on the defense, and those aren't little fellas.
No, they got a pretty stout defensive line. Sunlake rolling in here with, but PJ Class coming in, knowing what his job is, knowing he's just the downhill inside runner, just pounding the offensive line, trying to get him to a place that Macasio maybe break one. But still in the backfield, still hands it to him again. And he gets pretty close to the first down marker.
Yeah.
Let's see where they end up marking this ball.
He's just short of the sticks, but the mark is going to matter. But it's still short.
Brent Clemens, number 34 linebacker, in on that stop.
Yeah, Brent's been in quite a bit of tackles tonight, too. He was one of the ones we were highlighting in just a few minutes ago. Colin Murphy. Wait, is this quarterback sneak time? Oh, man.
Third and short, and you called it, and I'm not 100% sure he made it there. It's going to depend on the mark, but it does look like the line judge is coming in. If they're going to mark it where he is, he's got plenty for it.
Yeah. Yeah, and they snuck up those 2 middle linebackers, and they were coming pretty hard. But Ferguson's a big kid.
He is a big kid. He's coming in 6 foot, 195 pounds, and he's every bit of that. And it was enough for the first down. So chains keep moving.
So does the clock.
Clock keeps ticking. Under 2 minutes here in the third quarter.
John and Bill, you guys are doing a great job. Next week, we're home again against the Wiki-Wachi team coming in. It's tie-dye night. Pick yourself out in your favorite 60s sportswear.
And again, PJ Class and dragged down number 34, first one there for Sunlake, Brent Clements. And then the rest of that line able to see what's going on. Came in, shut him down, got a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9 right at midfield.
Looks like they're going to bring a new package in, bringing in Macasio back in.
Yeah, CJ Kresser coming off of the field.
Brought in tight end Mart is in.
Macasio gets it, makes a couple miss,
Wow.
and Gets to the outside. Looks like he got enough for a first down before finally getting pushed out of bounds.
Check out his balance on this recovery room instant replay. As soon as he gets the ball, he's running to the short side of the field. Looks like he's going to go out of bounds here, but he just keeps going, keeps his balance, keeps his feet moving, and wow, what a finish.
How he was able to stay up there after that first contact over by the sidelines and stay in bounds.
Yeah, I believe they're going to mark him just a bit short, but strong run to the short side of the field.
And it looks like the clock's going to wind down, end the quarter.
All right, 38-14.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back after this.
Navy SEAL veteran and endurance athlete Don Mann pushed his body to the limit and tried regenerative medicine when all other options failed.
It's unbelievable. I just assumed I was going to be in pain forever. And I've been in pain since the 80s. Now I'm running and riding a bicycle faster than I have in 7 years. Even my vision is better. I'm 100% pain-free right now. And I don't take any medications.
Call Aligned Integrative Medicine for exam and x-rays to see if you qualify for regenerative treatment.
All right, here we are, fourth quarter.
They brought Class back in for the 3rd and 1. But you know those linebackers are going to blitz right up the middle.
Do you do the Ferguson? No, you don't. You get Class, and he just bodies everybody up.
And 2 hands on the ball.
Gets about 10 yards when he needed 1. So that'll be another first down for Springstead.
Yeah, and the only way Coach Garofano doesn't win this game is if they turn the ball over, right? With a 24-point lead going into the fourth quarter here, they cannot turn it over, and that's why you see Class running with 2 hands on that ball.
Not going to the air either.
Yeah, 2 things can happen in a pass, and 3 things can happen, I guess. Wow, look at that. We told you earlier he's averaging over 6 yards a carry, and
you can see why.
Yeah,
you can absolutely see why. Runs downhill, runs with a lot of power.
Yeah, 2 first downs in a row.
Yeah, really, the running game, especially with Class now, really wearing down this Sunlake offensive line or defensive line. There he is again, head down, just running through people. Great job the offensive line though, giving him nice holes to run through.
Yeah, we talked earlier, those big D linemen are not easy to move around, and Springstead's offensive line has pretty much handled every opponent thus far.
Yeah, they've done a really nice job. Really nice job protection when they're trying to throw it, and making holes or sealing edges or whatever they need to do to give their running backs an opportunity. Head of steam getting into the end zone, and he does. Touchdown, PJ Class. It was his drive, and he takes it all the way to the house.
And here come the strobe lights. Fantastic. Watch this instant recovery room replay. Look at the speed right there. He decides he's going to run fast, and he does, and he finishes it.
Just straight to the end. And look at that downfield blocking, too. Look at how far downfield the linemen were.
So that's a very unselfish team when you can see that your receivers are blocking, your O-line's downfield.
Getting downfield, yeah, absolutely. Ooh. And PAT up and good.
Good to see Sunlake coming in hot off the edges, trying to stop that last point, but that'll be good. Bring us 45-14 with a little over 10 minutes to play in this game.
So Sunlake, couple of quick scores, and could end up being a much closer game than it is now. I mean, we have seen they have the speed, they have the talent. Springstead's defense, however, has just been a little too much for them to overcome. It seems like the linebacking crew of Springstead has pretty much lived in the backfield most of this game. And if he is able to get a pass off, the secondary has been there to challenge or pick or something a receiver. So really, hats off. We knew what kind of offense they were going to have coming in, but hats off to the Springstead defense being able to show up and really keep them in check up to now. Yes, they did get the 2 touchdowns. 2 more than any other team has pretty much gotten on them all year. But you didn't expect that they were going to get shut out. As much onside style kick.
Oh, good.
And really nice hands, number 54, Clay Pascarella.
Yeah, look at.
And there's another flag. It looks like unsportsmanlike maybe on.
Well, hopefully
Springstead.
Yeah, hopefully it's not someone's second unsportsmanlike. But that was Luca Gargillo on the tackle, and if the Sunlake player doesn't hold on to that ball hard,
it's a live ball,
yeah.
And it is up for grabs right there, right around midfield.
But this is going to give the Seahawks some great field position to start this fourth quarter, and I don't anticipate them quitting just because they're down. I expect them to throw this ball and
not in the least.
Tyler Smith's going to be his favorite target. He's the one with the touchdown and the great focus, and his leading receiver plays the slot role really well.
1st and 10 from the Eagle 37-yard line. 10:14 left. Out of the shotgun, Madden blitzing, and he gets him down. Again, just too much for Lepiski. Is my man Madden. He just bull rushes him and able to get down Horvath. So after a loss at 9, it'll be 2nd and 22. So 2 receivers high, 1 down low. Out of the shotgun, looks around, swings it out to his wide receiver, but a little too much for Darian Williams, number 6.
Heads up play by the defender to scoop that ball up and start jogging towards the end zone. You always play to the end of the whistle, and obviously from our point of view, it was a forward pass, and the ball is dead. But you never know.
You never know. Pick it up.
Pick it up and play to the whistle. All right, so we got a 3rd and a while. Good chance for these guys to drop back. It's going to be a pass, and if it's not a pass, it's likely a screen.
So 2 receivers high and low, 4 out wide in total. And stepping back is Horvath.
Good
he
ball.
Goes to throw it.
It
was short. It looks like Josh Nina.
He threw the
intended
fastball
receiver.
There. That was a fastball for sure.
But even if he does catch it, he was well short of the 1st down. Punt crew coming on. 4th and a while, as you say. So he's going to punt it from his own 40. Springstead looks like it's CJ Kresser back there.
High punt.
High punt. Everybody getting out of the way of it. And picked up at the 20. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles again. Let's see if they keep giving it to PJ Class.
I need you to check the transmitter. I have no signal.
He did a great job last drive, just pounding the ball inside, and finally rewarded getting it into the end zone. Both teams with all 3 timeouts left. 45-14 your score. 9:02 left in the ball game.
They're going to get 33 back in the
A lot of
ball
movement
game.
on that defensive line. Handed off.
Look at that balance. A lot of tacklers for the Seahawks. Ooh.
Yeah, it looks like we got some...
A hamstring cramp. He was grabbing that hamstring real quick. Xavier McCollum. He's got a good teammate right there to stretch him out.
Yeah, he says, I've seen the trainers do this. I can do it
haven't
myself.
ran,
But if you can't,
because I just
check out
believed that my
Family
body was on the
Chiropractic Center for
decline,
Wellness.
that the pain that I was experiencing,
www.drbriancairo.com. He has locations in Pasco County, in Hernando County, in Citrus County, Spring Hill, Homosassa, Brooksville, Hudson.
And he works on former NFL athletes.
He does. So if it's good enough for them, it's going to be good enough for you.
It's going to be good enough for me for sure.
Oh, we're still working a cramp out over on that far sideline.
Looks like we got Coach in there.
Yeah, I cannot see who the player is, but it does look like a cramp, 100%, the way they're treating it and working it out.
It's the sophomore running back, Xavier McCollum, I believe, number 33. Oh yeah, it's a calf if he's stretching it like that.
Yeah.
And if you've ever had a calf cramp, and I mean it'll take your breath away.
Did the HDMI cord come out?
And he was quick to show us that he was not feeling well.
Yeah, he got right to the ground. It was a good hard run too, but
that was a first down. I mean, that's 10 yards.
Okay, the cord might have come out of the transmitter itself, too. I put a rubber band
Okay,
around
he's
it
up.
to keep it up there.
He's going to be all right.
It's going to take a minute to work that thing out. But he is walking off on his own power, so I'll treat him with whatever else he needs. And gets over to the sideline.
Well, the recovery room is right around the corner.
That's right.
You can go check out. You can go sit in those special seats.
And be sure to use promo code REPLAY2020 and get your first cryotherapy session for just $25. REPLAY22. REPLAY22.
I've got you now, John. It's up.
All right, so we got a first down. Which running back is in? This 33 was the running back. It looks like they might be in an empty set unless Macazio's in. Yep,
Macazio is lined up right next to Ferguson in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers high, 1 low. And gets the ball. Gets the edge.
Oh, nice move.
Runs past the cornerback, down the sideline, and finally out of bounds. Number 20 able to push him out. Jonathan Pacchini.
Yeah, check out the recovery room bench replay. Watch him sell this out right here. He shows he's going up and then bails it out to the sideline, making that corner give up the edge. And he goes out of bounds to stop the clock.
Really nice job on the ground this wet evening here at the Eagles' Nest. Really haven't tried to do much. Tough, just one shot, more than 10 yards down the field. And PJ Class is just wrapped up by a flock.
A flock of Seahawks?
Flock of Seahawks led by 34 Brett Clements. Yeah, I'm not sure what to call the Seahawks. They're birds. Do they go in flocks? Are they a single hunter animal? I know they're predator, predator birds, but I don't know. I don't know how they hunt. I haven't done too much research. Not a lot of Seahawks in our area.
Yeah. Well, PJ class, it looks like they got McKez. Oh, I think that's Xavier back in.
I think it is. Got that calf treated and trying to get to the edge. Fought finally out of bounds. Number 9, Colin Murphy, wrestles him out of bounds. No real gain on that play. And they were able to get the clock. Nope. He is in. He was able to stay in bounds, so that clock is still running.
That's two pretty talented sophomore running backs between Macasio and Xavier. Xavier's a little smaller, a little more compact. Still put together pretty well.
For sure.
And has strong balance. You know, if you've ever been the receiver in the fourth quarter when you're trying to either run the clock or maintain a lead, it's not always fun. But there they are throwing the ball.
And slightly over the head, intended receiver is Tyree Davis.
Yeah, Ferguson looks down at him and says, "Oh man," because you can see at the beginning of his route he was kind of jogging to set up the cornerback, and just overthrown just a tad. Oh, he's apologizing right now. I'm sorry, man. But they're gonna go for it here on 4th down, just outside the 30.
Yeah, really sitting right on the 30-yard line. 4th and 7. Fourth quarter, 6:37 left. And caught from behind, number 34 on the tackle. That's Brent Clements again from the linebacker position, the junior. And that'll end up being a turnover on downs with 6:30 left. Sunlake's going to take the ball on their own 33-yard line.
And they're going to try to put some magic together, sustain this drive. And, they want more points than just 14. And they have some skilled players. I'd really like to see Caden Johnson get another chance at the ball. Every time he's getting the ball, it's been on a kickoff return.
Yeah.
Love to see him on a jet or even a pass.
Set a screen up for him or something out wide. Get some blockers in front of him. Let him do what it looks like he can do well.
Yeah, Tyler Smith and Caden Johnson line up usually about 80% of the time together on the same side, which is a pretty strong side.
Yeah.
But Madden and crew have not given Kyle much time to step back and be comfortable on his tosses.
Yeah, between Madden and Corbett, they have really shut down the middle of that field. And be sure to stick with us at the conclusion of this game for our Glory Days player of the game. Ball out wide, nearly picked between two Eagles.
Yeah, that's
like
Dalton Williams.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been his 3rd interception, and it was just outside of his left arm, and he went down low, but it was just outside of his reach.
Yeah, it looks like it was intended for number 6, Darion Williams.
They've tried to get Darion going here in the fourth quarter. Like, he was the guy who got the jet and then lateraled it back for the potential flea flicker earlier.
Just a freshman out here, too.
It's pretty. If you're a freshman and you're playing football, varsity football in Florida, you're pretty talented, as we've seen on the other side of the ball as well.
Yeah, that's right. A couple of them out here, too, and, making themselves known, too. Kind of forcing the issue. Talent like that, you're going to see the field and try and get the ball in your playmakers' hands. Be second and 10.
Well, that was a good rollout, and I like that Coach Gilmore's getting them on the rollout so the quarterback can run. We've seen Kyle run the ball and get several first downs tonight. So get him outside the pocket. Let him look downfield.
And kind of helps to get him away from some of that pressure, too. Coming in from the inside. 2nd and 10 from the shotgun. Drops back. Steps up. Makes a couple miss. Takes it himself. Gets positive yards.
That's 19. Brock Smith, the quarterback, has been changed to Brock Smith, number 19. The sophomore, as he just looks and runs. Might have been designed, might not have been. But he looked comfortable handling the ball.
Absolutely he did. And he is still in there from the shotgun. Lepiski lined up next to him. Fakes it to him. Takes it himself again. And he's going to end up getting a couple. About a yard short of the first down, however.
Yeah, the Eagles uncovered Tyler Smith that time. Just uncovered him. Tyler goes back to tell him, hey, I was uncovered.
And this will be 4th and 1.
See, he's uncovered again, but it is 4th and 1. Ooh, got to be a penalty.
Yeah.
Both people move.
Everybody jumping off sides. Let's see who's going to get blamed for it.
They're gonna walk it off and give the Seahawks their first down.
So that's going to be offsides, 5-yard penalty, result in a first down. Ball now at the 41-yard line.
Tyler Smith went back to the huddle and said, if they don't cover me, you better throw me the ball. That's a lot of cushion.
A handoff inside Lepiski. Good hard run.
Strong run, Lepiski.
About 8 yards on first down. Clock is still running. We're under 5 now in the ball game. Let's take a look at it. Recovery room instant replay.
Look how low he runs. Pads are way down right there. Way down. Good job.
Yeah, Brock Smith again still in the ball game. Takes it himself. Looked kind of like a broken play maybe, but he was able to get positive yards.
Yeah, he dropped back and looked for Jackson Filipinko at number 66 and followed that fella for a couple yards.
And fakes it and tries to throw a pick ball almost over close to the sidelines. It falls incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down and 1.
Yeah, he's
trying to get it to Tyler Smith.
Yeah, he's down.
He got hit pretty hard there at the end of that play.
It's his right arm that doesn't feel so hot right now. It was a unique throw, unique throwing position. I think he just came down on his arm wrong.
We're going to take a look at the McMurdo Family Vision regional scoreboard. Some of those scores are finaled here as they are able to get the first down on 4th. Jackson Lepiski's been their feature back here pretty much this whole ball game. Getting the ball inside, able to get about 5 on it, bring up first down from the right at the 40-yard line of Springstead. Horvath back in there, getting chased out of the pocket and just throws it away out of bounds. Able to stop the clock, not lose any yards as a result.
He's been running for his life tonight. You can see he's kind of jogging off. He is He's put in a great effort. He's exhausted. You can see in between plays how he's doing everything he can just to get back to the line of scrimmage. But as soon as the ball's in his hand, he's playing football.
Oh, he's got too high, too low. Running back next to him. And toss, jet sweep.
That's number 6.
Hit hard.
Ooh.
Number 27 and number 10. Number 10, C.J. Cresser. Number 27, Dalton Williams converge on that. Number 6, Darian Williams, the ball carrier.
Yeah, they've made it a point to get number 6, Darian Williams, the ball this last quarter. And he has room. And look how quick this fella is. And then, boom, those two make a nice little
Seahawks sandwich out of him.
Yeah, but it's almost a first down. There's 3rd and inches here.
And looks like we're end up getting a timeout. Sunlake.
Eagles fans, this reminder, please make your way up to Glory Days on Finley for tonight's after party at Glory Days, celebrating today's victory over.
Stick with us at the end of the game. We'll have the Glory Days player of the game for you. We appreciate you joining us tonight. Don't forget, we'll be back here next Friday. Same place, same channel. Not the same school, however. But you can find us exactly where you found us tonight.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure bringing
next
you guys
week we
games.
have LeCanto at Hernando. And be sure to subscribe to us so you know when we go live. Don't want to miss any of the action here. Friday Night Lights here, only on the Gulf Coast Sports Network.
Yeah, Friday Night Lights. I love football in Florida. Being able to bring you this great game by these local kids, working hard, young men.
And a little later in the season, we'll be featuring Sunlake again as Wiregrass goes to Sunlake. So we'll be able to see this team again and see after they've licked their wounds after this game. Unfortunately, they have put up a great fight too. That first quarter, that first half, really by and large was up for grabs for anybody, and really took a little bit for both these teams to get going. But once Springstead did, it was hard to keep them contained.
Yeah, that was a really awesome play call. They pretty much faked the same exact play with the end around jet motion to number 6, and then the quarterback rolled out. Unfortunately, number 40 for the Eagles, Clint Huggins, gave chase to the quarterback and helped make a negative, no gain for the Seahawks here.
So we have a 4th and 1 situation, and direct snap. Tried to Ryan Price in there, taking the direct snap off target, and just kind of fell on it at that point. It'll be a turnover on down, so Springstead will take the ball from their own 37, 38 yard line.
Yeah, Ryan Price has played a great game on defense, and I'm sure he wishes he had that ball clean so he could done something with it, especially on 4th and just inches, but didn't happen for the young fella. 2 minutes, 31 seconds to go in this ball game. I would expect maybe some Class, maybe some Macazio, maybe some Xavier, but who's ever running the ball, it's going to be right up the middle.
I do not expect this ball to go into the air at all, and it looks like we have a new quarterback, Casey Cortman.
Casey Cortman, the junior.
Coming in out of the shotgun. In motion, number 12 does take it on the sweep, gets the corner,
and a
couple yards. Number 12, that's Tyree Davis.
Yeah, Cortman seems very comfortable back there on his first snap, as he sent the man in motion.
Knew where to go with it, put it right into his chest.
And handled the snap.
They're presumably they're still going to run a variation of the option with him there as well. But I mean, there's no options. It's either you or the ball carrier. You're not putting that ball in the air.
He's checking with the coach.
Again, it looks like a delay of game, maybe. No, it was a false start.
False start on the offense.
So they're going to move back 5.
Near the original line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10.
All right.
Pull
They
up.
are putting in some new players here.
2nd
for the
and 10.
Eagles.
After the penalty. In motion, Xavier does have it. Cuts back right at the corner, but
He is such a hard
swarmed.
pack to bring to the ground.
He really is. Really is. It's like Dominic Minello, the freshman. First one there, and then a gang of Seahawks, flock of Seahawks coming through to make sure they get that young man to the ground. Xavier again met quickly
quick.
in the backfield, number 34.
He's been in there all night long.
Brent Clements. We
Yeah.
called his name plenty this evening. He read that very early.
Looks like it's going to be one more snap to finish this ball game.
Yeah, we're right at 30 seconds left in this ball game, fourth quarter. 45-14 the score. Fourth and 11.
Yeah, the no rush here to snap this ball.
And handoff on the sweep. Gets a few, gets the first down. And that's the ball game.
You know, it gives us great pleasure to announce our Glory Days player of the game tonight as Dalton Williams. 2 interceptions, 2 pick sixes tonight, and several tackles. Great job, young man. You will get the GCSN t-shirt and the Glory Days gift certificate. Player of the game.
Congratulations to the Eagles, to Dalton Williams, going 4-0 on the year. Like we said, we'll be at Sunlake later this season as they take on Wiregrass. Next week, we'll be at Hernando as they take on Lecanto. We're going to send it over to Will for Dave Barrett. We appreciate it.
Great job on the call tonight, boys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook for Derek Smith, Dave Barrett, Wild Bill Lizer on main camera, John McMurdo with those fabulous field shots. I'm Will Wilkie, and we'll see you next time.